Hello, it's me, Arisa Gaming. We're back with some more Oxygen Not Included. And today's task is the same as yesterday's. We're still freezing the magma biome. We are getting there. It's taken a while, but it's a large biome. Because remember, we've got magma channels. So it's effectively 2 magma biomes. But yeah, let's go and crack on with it, to be honest. There's not really a huge amount more else I want to do today, but we will set up the transformer spine. We'll have it wrap around all the way. As you can see, we've already made a lot of progress. We have boiled all of the jungle juice. There is a very small amount of liquid left. That is rapidly melting or condensing most of this magma down into igneous rock, which is a lot more manageable. So what we're going to do is we're just going to... Ooh, thank you for the follow. Ayako Nijitin. I don't think that's how you pronounce that. Thank you very much for your follow. Enjoy your fishy and froggy emotes. Still haven't put fast track back on yet. But yeah, we did the hard part yesterday. We dug out all of the abyssalite, which has a very high heat capacity and leaks heat when the solid tile touches a gas. But the debris does not leak any heat. So I think for the most part we managed to retain a fair bit of the heat in the debris. And we have steam turbines set up over here. I'm not really planning on running them yet. What I want to do...
Killer fish.
Hello, gentlemen.
Killer fish from San Diego.
Overheating.
I don't know what I am, but I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you know that liquid valves still work even if they're broken? I learned that yesterday. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Yeah, these steam turbines, we're not going to set them up just yet. We have enough power on this asteroid. We will hook them up later. It's more so, to be honest, I just wanted to get it to the point where we can build stuff in here. And so long as it's below, like, steel temperature, I think we'll be fine. We'll just build a load of transformers out of steel. We do actually have a load of steel. But yeah, this heavy watt wire that's running all the way along the left of the map, that's connected to all of our power producers and consumers. I think I still need to actually work on these a little bit. Are they too cold now? They are too cold now. Okay, so I need to turn the steel back on then. Alright. We did accidentally dump water in here. So let's get the steel production going again, get some more heat in here. And that means actually stop emptying this. Oh, right. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. You were just plumbing. We have many, many bottles of polluted water now. I set up a bottle emptier. This should not be dumping liquid randomly into the environment. I think what we need to do is we need to set up a bottle drainer so we can dump random jungle juice in here directly. I mean, we're literally going to do it like, I don't know, like this. And then what we'll do is we will set up some bridges like this. And that way we can prioritize whatever liquids we want to dump in the pool. But yeah, I just wanted to get rid of all the magma. If we can get the average temperature in this magma biome zone below 275 degrees, I'll be very happy. And I don't exactly want to waste the power from these, but we'll see if we end up doing that. We have a couple of bionic dupes. I don't know what's going on over here. Oh, this broke again. What's the situation on this? It's still full of a little bit of water. We should not be dumping water into here. Oh. Apparently, this needs another bridge here. Okay. That's fine. Go ahead and do that. We'll fix that again. Let's print some printables. We're waiting for a Slickster egg or a Slickster lava. And then we can start doing sweetles. That is important to what we want to do. Yeah, we've got over 1 million calories now. Kaloo. We are going to stop growing the water weeds, I think. Unless I want to pump out a very small amount of salt water, but I don't think we are. We're just boiling it all for power. So I think once we actually drain this pipe of salt water, I will just retire the farms and we'll do something else with the land. We've got a good few calories out of it, but I don't think we necessarily need it anymore. I guess we'll see. Killer's entombed, that's fine. I think it's because the steam is over here. We got the sour gas back in here again. This iron volcano has never quite behaved. I don't really want to just leave it in here because... Maybe if I just sweep up some of the liquid uranium, that will do. Can I just get you to sweep up a little bit of the liquid uranium and then maybe we don't have to worry about that? We want the 2 liquid phases, but I don't necessarily think the 2 liquid phases are 100% needed for the iron volcano. Right. We need to sweep up a bit more than that, sorry. This isn't going to activate for 32 cycles anyways, so it should be fine. Speed up a little bit. The dupes have plenty of errands. We're going to speed to it today. I basically just want to get to the point where we can actually get the heavy wire wrapped around. I'm going to leave the sour gas in here. I don't think it's necessarily a problem. We have a lot of steam in here now. Did I want more steam pressure? Was that actually going to be helpful for this? Maybe. Alright, that'll do. So you now have 500 kilograms of liquid uranium in a bottle. Okay. Let's actually build another 2 segments of that. And then that uranium will just take somewhere else. I don't know exactly where else we're going to put it, but that's not a problem. Game? Alright. I clicked the wrong thing. That's fine. Right. Let's keep investigating this. Yeah, because the aluminium volcano has been behaving this whole time. The naphtha here has stayed and hasn't gone over temperature. I mean, I guess we have more turbines on that one, and it's in the middle of the volcano room, so... Maybe not the most important thing in the world. Right. 49 this. Make sure that gets built. We got an idle dupe. We got a wren. Oh, no we don't. Okay, never mind. So, I don't want to queue up too many errands. Are these priority 9 digs? I'm going to make them priority 9 digs. We want to get all of this stuff cleared out. We want to get all of the material on the map into debris. And then we're going to use it to cool all of this magma. Look how far we've actually managed to get in here. That's pretty cool. And let's just do the digging first, because guys with the exosuits, they'll dig pretty efficiently. So this is going to be polluted water, just random polluted water. Yeah, this is going to take a little while. I don't want to put any plastic ladders in here for obvious reasons. That being said, if we make this out of, say, iron ore, I do feel confident enough to put it down here. We can extend this gradually as we go. Similarly, this one can go down here. I don't really want to melt any fire poles, but we're gonna... we do want to make sure the dupes can actually get down here and demolish everything properly. There's loads of obsidian down here, so we'll use this all for building stuff. But we have too many errands queued up. I believe it's the errands all being queued up that's causing the dupes to sort of not actually do the tasks. Maybe we do speed one it for a bit. I think I'll put the music on today, maybe. I don't know. I was thinking about it. There are a couple of other fire poles out and about. I don't really care overly about those. Right, so now this should let us just dump random bottles of liquid in here as a priority. So, random salt water, random brine, that's all good. Anything water-based. Random bottles of water can go in there as well. Should all be fine. But yeah, looking forward to moving on to something a bit more interesting at some point, but it just needs doing, and we obviously fast-forwarded past the collection of the debris, because that was a very boring task. But there is still some peril here, potentially. We need to keep the dupes out of the magma itself when they're digging and doing all of these tasks. Initially, we were trying to just dig shafts down to the bottom of the map so we could look at everything and see where the neutronium was. But I quickly realized this resulted in the dupes submerging themselves in the magma, and ammo suits cannot withstand that, so that was not an overly good idea. So now we're going to level everything off, and by leveling everything off, we're increasing the surface area of material that's touching the steam, and I'm hoping what that means is most of this magma will condense by the time we get down there. It's the aim, anyways. But yeah, there's a lot of tiles down there. Now, why are people out of oxygen? What is the situation with these again? Looks like we've generally been depleting the suit oxygen quite a lot. Is there a reason for that? We have many thousand kilograms of oxygen stored up. There's a couple at the end that seem to actually be fully utilized. How's the base pressure? Base pressure seems to be okay. We have a big oxygen pipe over here that's not doing anything. What was this even for again? Is this just for sending... Oh, it's sending it to the sleep machine. It was sending it to the other asteroid, but we turned that off now. We've got it coming from a few different places for that. We've got a pipe here that's not connected to anything. I think I may have accidentally just disconnected an oxygen pipe at some point. So what if I do this? No, that's not right. What if I do... Just do this. And then I just remove that one. Will that help? Let's give it a try. You guys love building pipes, we know this. But yeah, plans. I'm going to do the molten salt reactor video this weekend because it turns out the design is not very hard. I'm kind of trying to figure out the most practical application for it. It seems like what you would do with it is you would use it to generate a little bit more power from your metal refinery when you're running that to heat up steam for steam turbines. Instead of heating up the steam, you heat up the salt, boil it and condense it. The metal refinery provides the input heat to boil it, and then the heat multiplies, and then it cools off the steam turbines. So it's a little bit like what's going on over here, except the temperature range isn't as wide. So you could have a mechanism similar to the ethanol heat deletion. It's the exact opposite of the ethanol heat deletion. Oh, wait, no, I was going to dump polluted water in here, wasn't I? We're actually using polluted water. So let's put that there, and then we don't need to dump it in here. So turn off polluted water here. But yeah, we got inspired by that because we melted a load of salt doing all of this. And we had a few cases where it was condensing and boiling and increasing the amount of heat because the heat capacity of liquid salt is 0.7 and the heat capacity of gas salt is 0.88, so that's like a 25% increase-ish for some reason. So basically, the whole thing would be multiplying the amount of heat in our system by 25%. In theory, this would lead to about 25% more steam power, which means if you're trying to make your metal refinery power positive by running all of the coolant through steam turbines in like a sauna style approach, then you may be able to get it self-sufficient earlier by incorporating molten salt into it. The only caveat being, we would use liquid uranium as our coolant instead of oil, because you could get it hot enough to actually boil the salt. It takes a while to get it to that temperature, but I think we made about sort of like 5 tons of steel, and then that was enough to get it boiling and get the efficiency going. I don't think it really has that much practical use. I think it does technically generate more power, but it's at a point in the game where it probably isn't really going to be an issue. But the setup isn't that complicated. Once you have a little bit of plastic in the steam turbines, you do need some diamond for the elements. And you do need some steel to make stuff, because obviously molten salt is going to melt other things. Like, you need your doors to be made out of steel. So it's a mid-game kind of thing, and it gives you a slight increase in power. Makes it slightly easier to run your metal refinery in a sauna. Could build one here, to be honest. If we built one here, I mean, we are going to want to build one here eventually, because eventually we're going to want to decouple our metal refinery from our Drecos. This has worked pretty well so far, but ultimately, all of my Drecos in our massive branch, we're going to want them to be independent of whether we're refining metal or not. So I'm imagining this whole block is going to come out, and we're going to have the metal refinery go into a sauna, probably with a molten salt reactor. And then we will just have the Drecos throughout the rest of the map. Right. I'm hoping that's going to help a bit more now. What we want to see is we want to see all the gas pipes filling up. They're not all filling up. There's something wonky going on with all of this. I'm very tempted to just restart from scratch with this pipework. This is just very annoying. Also, we don't need most of this pipework now, do we? Like, this we don't need. This we don't need. This we don't need. I think this was because we had some atmo suits over here, and we did originally want the oxygen leaving here. But I don't think I care about that anymore. So, get that out of there. The rest of this pipework we will sort out in a bit. And obviously some of the oxygen we are just venting into the base, which is fine. This is all sealed off now. The gas is not leaking out of here. You know, I think these Pacu have really increased the food production. I think that's what's going on here. How are the squeaky puffs doing? They've got a little bit of chlorine. Not a lot. We're getting more. This is okay. But yeah, we generated about 40 tons of oxalite from the dense puffs. That's what we're going to stick in our Radbot rocket when we get that built. But yeah, we need to solve the suit thing to make sure we can get as many dupes down here as possible. Actually, you know what? Let's party nine this. Just get rid of all this pipe. These aren't all running then. We're not going to be running optimally. How's the volcanoes doing over here? Yep, that's geotuned. That's geotuned. That's geotuned. Most of these are dormant. That's fine. We have 38 tons of refined phosphorus. That number is still increasing, so clearly the plug slugs are powering our phosphorus refiner enough. So that's good to see. Ugh. Yeah, it's going alright. Yeah, all I had was a tiny little condensation chamber, and then I connected it up via temp shift plates and conductive tiles like we normally do in our builds. And I think the point of that video will just be seeing what efficiency gains you can get from doing it, and just talking about what circumstances you would actually want to do it in. Now, the holy grail of what I want to do is find some way of running a salt reactor so that the heat multiplication is the only thing driving it, so you don't need an external heat source. Because at the moment we're planning on using it to make our heat source more power efficient, making it so we can run the metal refinery more often. But what we actually want to do is we want to get it to the point where the molten salt boiling and condensing is just generating power on its own without any external forcing. And then it's literally just free power. I'm trying to figure out how we would even do that. Maybe it would just be through some kind of heat exchanger. Maybe we would even just do it sort of like the phosphorus thing here, where we have the gas and we have the liquid, and we're allowing them to exchange temperature in a certain way. Because obviously here, we have the phosphorite coming in. That preheats against all of the liquid phosphorus up to the point where it's almost ready to melt. And then it melts. But that only works because the liquid stays a liquid much cooler. And again, we go from liquid to gas. So it wouldn't look exactly like this, but maybe it's the same principle where we get the liquid to dip into a gas, and then the gas rises. Because liquids want to move down, and gases want to move up. And maybe there's some way of setting up a heat exchanger with that, where we don't actually have to connect it up. Because to boil a kilogram of salt, let's have a look at this, right? So we got salt. If we boil a kilogram of salt up by 6 degrees C, that is 4.2 kDTUs of heat. And then, to cool it back down, would take 0.88 times 6, which would be 5.28 kDTU. And then the rest of the heat we would have to siphon off with the steam turbines somehow. Which you could probably do via doors and temperature plates and whatnot. I think that's it. How do you cool down the rest of the gas salt on the liquid salt without just ending up with all gas or all liquid? And without any machines that are going to break, because everything's going to be too hot for that. Yeah, looks like this is going alright. Do I want any more ladders down here? Probably not really, do I? Looks like they're getting this done pretty quickly. I mean, we're just leaving on speed 1 for now. Just so that they're all doing the errands, but I think they are doing an alright job. All things considered. We'll keep building all the ladders out of obsidian. There you go. This magma is still quite hot. The problem is, when the magma touches the steam is not that conductive, so we could have some issues. Looks like we can extend the rest of this over here now. I think I will keep these errands as priority 5s for now. Just so that they dig from the top down. Right, let's keep investigating the oxygen pipes, because I believe you've removed all of the extra pipes now. So we have a series of vents. I think what I want to do, so This pipe is going down here. I think... Let's just try and make this uniform. I'm very tempted to actually just remove all this pipe work and try again. This is too complicated and annoying. And you know what? Remove these bridges too. We gotta rationalize this. We gotta make a system where it can each pipe contributes the same number of masts. And these tasks shouldn't take very long at all, because the dudes love doing them. We got the Fanta today as well. We got some more Fanta. Hooray. Looks like we're actually growing one of the bathroom thimbleweeds at last. How is the temperature actually doing? Top of the map. Yeah, it's warming up now. It's still pretty chilly, but it's like habitable now. That is good. Atmosphere is not good. I think we need to actually vent the hydrogen. Because there's hydrogen up top here. There's also loads of polluted oxygen just because... Oh wow, that's a lot of polluted water. I think it's because we just deleted a load of polluted water related infrastructure here. Let's see. So we want a gas pump. We want a gas sensor. Gas element sensor. And then if you detect hydrogen, you pump. And where am I going to dump it? We don't need more hydrogen. We have many, many tons of hydrogen. So I think we actually just vent. We actually just vent all the hydrogen, I think. So that can even go like up here. Gas pipe element sensor. Then. And then. The rest of it we can just bridge back over here. And then just dump back into the map. Because I don't want the hydrogen just floating around the map either. So hook that up, and then that can plug into... probably not that power wire. Let's just do this. Sure, something like that, and then make all of this priority 9. And then we can have all those plants grow again, because the temperature should actually be right now. And this also means I can remove all of the Adilla plants, because it's no longer a suitable temperature for them. I always forget that we still have this satellite here in the most awkward position. I don't really want to demolish it, but like, equally, I don't think we're really going to be doing anything there. Right, now, we do need to sort out the oxygen. So let's think about this. So what we want is each of these. I want each of these to be connected to 6. So how about you do those 6 there, those 6 there, then these 6 here, and then similarly we could just do these 6 here, these 6 here, then these 6 here, and then what we will do is... Do I need this pipe here anymore for the hydrogen? Probably not. Right, let's remove all of this. We don't need all of this in. Because what I'm going to do is, at the end of these pipes, if the docks don't actually need any of this, what I will do is I will put a bridge here. No, hold on. You can start building all the pipe segments. Bridge here, bridge here. And then that's all going to meet up. No, that's not going to work, is it? Do something like this. And then we only connect green ports to green ports. Yeah, let's just do something like this. And then that one can go... Let's see, so that one is going down to the sleep machine. So that can go down there. And then we have another pipe that's going down here. This is literally just merging on here. So I can actually just remove all of that. And then I can literally just remove this. That can go down here. And then that should be done. Oh, I need to actually take these bridges over here as well. So what I will do now is I'll build these bridges here. And I will disconnect the pipe here. So then that is going to go like... Hold on. I gotta go to the loo. I'll be back in a sec. Give me uno momento, please. Right, sorry about that. We're back. Yes, oxygen pipes. I'm just gonna leave the music on. If you want me to change the music back to the game music, just redeem the channel points. Go ahead and have a look. Right, what was all this? We didn't actually want to do this. We wanted to set up the bridges here. And then disconnect these. And then I think the pipe will just go here. And then it's going to feed in like this. Yeah. And then that can go like that. And then that can go in here. And then I can just disconnect this. And then I can remove the rest of that pipe. And then that can all go. And then I think all the other gas pipes are for separate things. That's very amusing. I can remove this. And then this pipe obviously isn't being used for anything now, so we can remove that. I'm trying to tidy up just a little bit so that when we do all the industry stuff later, it makes more sense. But obviously what we want to do is we want to hook up this bit first. Yeah, that's what we want to do. It shouldn't take you very long to build this. Although you probably won't have fully fueled suits for a little while, so we'll just let you get on with that. Why? Why are the frames so low? The game is crapping out. Is it just because we queued up a load of pipes? It seems like it was having a moment. That's fine. Alright, what we got loot-wise? Let's have a look. We got... digital cobalt. Nice. Okay. Something is causing the game to lag a lot. Is this a sign I just need to get the dupes to actually build the pipes? It probably is just the building all the pipes, right? Because it's causing the pipe overlay to keep changing, I imagine. I'll leave this pipe here in case we need it in future. Actually, you know what we can do? If we want to connect this back up to some hydrogen, all we have to do is connect it down here. We can reach every single tile here. So we'll just do it that way. I think that'll be easier. Yeah, they should build this fairly quickly. Or Fanta. We do have some Joya seeds. I don't think we actually need Joyas in here anymore. I think I saved the Joyas for the nature reserve. That's fine. Right, let's actually put some more mellows in here. And then you need to be set to hydrogen. So get all the random hydrogen out of there and then set this to hydrogen. Because there's not enough of it that we're going to actually want it. And yes, the gas thing at the moment is going to be very chunky. We actually need to put a high pressure vent here. So actually what I'll do is I'll just build one in series. There you go. One thing we definitely need to do at some point is we need to actually put more conductive panels on here so it doesn't overheat when it gets hit by a regolith meteor. But to do that, we'll take a lot of refined metal, and we're saving our refined metal for all this stuff. Because it's going to take ages to disassemble this magma biome. They are doing it, it's just going to take a while. And obviously the more oxygen we get into the suits, the easier it will be. But that's what we have to do first. I don't actually want to queue up more errands either. They just need to get through the existing errands, because otherwise they're going to be paralyzed in decision paralysis. I'll tell you what, I'm going to make sure that we put fast track on next time. I didn't really have time today. Right, oh, that's going into the binding. Oh, I see what's going on here. I think we need to have this hooked up somewhere else. So I think we need to connect it to the end. Where would be a good spot for this? You know what? Actually, I think for now I'm just going to stick it in here. And then what I'll do is... That won't go anywhere because this is going to go in a bridge. Melting. Oh, right, yeah. That's allowed to melt. That's very true. Right, what was I saying? I want it to be in the base. How about we actually just stick one here? And then... if this pipe gets full, then we just send some of the oxygen back to this canister filler. I could even do the same down here if I wanted. I think I do want to do that. So let's actually go ahead and do that. So what I'll do then is I'll disconnect this. That pipe I will leave there. We'll figure something else out for that later. I could just stick another canister filler in here, right? Just for now. We're not using this room for now. So go ahead and do that. In fact, I could just set up a few of them, but I'm not sure it's even going to be needed. Let's keep looking. Principles. Abyssalite, sure. We have enough abyssalite, that's fine. Right, so we want all the pipes to be moving. All of the oxygen should move equally through all of these now. Are we taking it off anywhere else? We are taking some off down here for the dense puffs. I don't actually want to do that. This is also going to the telescope, which is why I set this up. So I think I'm going to remove that now. We will reuse this pipe, but I think what I'm going to do... I want to make sure that it's all going to the suit masks, suit docks first, in any case. So I think what we'll do then is we'll actually stick this hydrogen in here, and then cut that out. And then that can just run along here. There you go. Can we actually build all of that? Probably not. If we build this, you definitely can. The only other thing I would like to do is I would like to make sure that the rest of it is coming off here as well. But that is going to be mildly annoying. I guess, actually, what I can do is... if I do it here... if I do it here, then I can technically loop all of this back around, right? It's going to look a little bit messy, but it should work. And then that can go... yeah, that's fine. Then that could go there. And then I could do the same over here. And then all I need to do is reverse this bridge. Because we don't need it for the telescope anymore at all. So that can just get removed. So cut this off. You need priority 9 this. Then... yeah, that needs to be priority 9. In fact, that probably needs to be yellow alert, just so I can remember that it's actually being done. Thank you. We may have picked the worst possible dupe to yellow alert this, the one without any construction boosters. That's fine. And then this way we can make sure that the suit docks are getting all their oxygen first, and that none of the spawn capacity is wasted on anything else until they're full. I think that does make sense. Okay, so now you can put this in. Okay, let's just double check that. So this one is gonna, oh yeah, this one's gonna go here, here, cut, 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 cut. I'm not sure this is perfect, but this is just what immediately came to mind about how to do this. Spell gunk? Where? Oh, right. My solution of periodically filling and emptying this is not the best solution. You're kind of spilling gunk everywhere. Not that it actually really matters, because you guys don't have very much to do anyways. Right, so yeah, build all this pipe. Build all of that pipe. There's definitely a neater way we could have done this, but I think this is just to ensure that all of the suits do get filled up. And that each one has an equal amount of oxygen going to it. And then let's just check that there's nothing else odd going on with this pipe. I think I've got to remove these. Let's just remove these now. We don't need these vents anymore. So, already know that. Oh no! I did it. I removed the friggin' natural tile. We're gonna do this again then. In that case, we may as well do them for both. So, okay. Whoops. Right, remove background tiles. Remove background tiles. I knew I was gonna do this at some point. Thankfully, it's not an emergency. But yeah, let's definitely get this done now. What's overheating? Auto sweeper. You're in a vacuum? Why do we have carbon dioxide in here? There should be a pup prints in here. You're storing a critter. In the tile? I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I don't know what it's talking about. You set to. You set to puff prints. How weird. Oh, whatever. Just make it out of steel for now. I know this isn't correct. Something is going on. Oh, right. Get rid of the puff prints in here. That's the issue. I think the intent was that we don't have any gas in here. These rooms have gotten so friggin' messy. Our filtration has not worked here very well. It's because we're still trying to pump all the random gases from the map in here. And to be fair, we have kind of succeeded. A lot of the gas has been filled up. We have filled it with a load of carbon dioxide too. Right, yeah, we do actually need to do this. So, I believe it is manual airlocks made out of copper. Put them here. Then just build a load of random tiles. And then deconstruct the airlocks. And then what we will need to do is we'll need to leave one of the tiles in each place. Hello, Kahako the Fae. You haven't decaught me. We're still in kind of magma harvesting mode at the moment. It's going to take us a while to sort of demolish all of this, decommission it as it were. They're getting on it, but the main thing we did at the moment is we're just trying to make sure that the dupes are actually getting oxygen properly to their suits. We did have some issues with that. We're building some new oxygen pipes, so that should hopefully solve that issue. Obviously, while they're working on the gas pipe network, things are going to get a little bit hairy. But yeah, we just want to make sure the dupes are actually getting all the oxygen they need. So we got some vents for the base, and then it's going into the suits. Should I actually, in all honesty, disable most of these vents? It's tempting. So if we look here, like a lot of the oxygen isn't actually getting through. But equally, we do need the base to be breathable. We still need to build this gas pressure vent as well. We want to drain all the hydrogen out the top. And we do also need to make sure the bionic dupes have canisters. That's not necessarily mandatory. But it's nice doing it. I'm having to set up oxygen pipe for myself as well. I'm doing an all bionic run still though. Yeah, the all bionics are pretty good. We've stopped doing the exploit on the other planet now. We moved most of the bionic dupes back here so that they can help out with the labor on all these pipes and on just excavating everything. We've given them digging boosters. So that should help with that. In fact, actually, I think we have a lot more digging boosters. So let's go in here. We still have a load of strength boosters. I'm gonna remove a lot of these and assign boosters instead. Who else is here? Gizmo. Don't have that many digging boosters. You can have an extreme digging booster. How does that sound? Yeah. We can make some more of those. We imported a load of microchips, so we can get them made whenever we want. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. Make like 60 of them. I don't know. They're cheap. So this pipe is going to back up, because this pipe is... Well, it's supposed to go here. Okay, that's moving now. So that's supposed to go to the sleep machine, which is currently turned off. And it was going to the other asteroid. We don't actually need to do that now. So send that back. I could also actually do the oxygen the other way around. So what was I sending over here? Chlorine. I am still sending chlorine over. So let's not bother importing oxygen. I don't think that's ever going to be needed. But yeah, you can keep hooking that up. We're venting a tiny little bit of oxygen over here just to make sure these guys have some air. We could probably do with topping up the hydrogen in the Dreco Ranch, if I'm being really honest. So, which pipe is it again? It's this pipe. So, it would be going up here as well. We don't need to do it up here because this room's all full of hydrogen. And then... the hydrogen, the spare hydrogen, is going over here. So what we could do is we could run all of that under here. And then just connect this back in here. That seems fine. And then we can just make sure we got all the scale growth going again. That seems good. Right, well I'm hoping it's going to be enough. We have a lot of oxygen stored up in here. But that doesn't seem to have really helped the situation yet. Because now what seems like the issue is this one's actually filled up. So that's all going on to the bypass. There's probably a way of setting it up so that if one of these is full, it goes back to the others. Something like this. So, bridge, bridge, bridge. And then... Oh, yeah, this is what we do. Isn't it? No, that's not what we do. I could sneak it around a little bit, maybe. No, I don't know. Let's just leave it like this for now. There you go. I think what I want to do... Let's actually do this. Yeah. Let's do this. Skip the last vents. And go in here first. And then... What we could do is... Connect it all up afterwards. And then I could have like a few different exits, maybe? So if one of these was backed up, it could drain into the others. I don't know, we're just going to be fiddling around with this a little bit. I'm curious. Let's see if this works. If you know what this kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of doing all those belt splitters in Factoria. Maybe that's what we're actually looking for. Maybe I've just massively overcomplicated this again. You want downtime now. Right, you're building these. That's good. So now I can remove you, and then we can replant our thing. So this is the manual airlock exploit that we're using for our nature reserve, because obviously we could have left natural tiles here. That's fine. I don't have to prove it to anyone. Let's do this. And then actually leave... I guess I'll just wrangle a pip onto the tile with the seed. Because we have got the 2 pips just in here hanging out. They are laying eggs to replace themselves. So relocate to here. And then probably just relocate that there. Then deconstruct this. I needed to do this at some point anyways, because we broke it a while ago. Right, okay. I like it. So now we should be filling the vents first. These bypasses don't currently seem to be doing anything, but they're not blocking anything either. And then I think what we can actually do is we can set up some more bypasses as needed. We'll just have to leave it to run for a while, I think. Okay, so remove these. We got another bluff briar down here. Am I out of seeds? I am out of seeds. Okay, we'll just do one of the other ones then. I love how Lord Fart Squad has his own private bedroom. I completely forgot that I actually did that. Man, this run is old. This run's really old. Got lots of stuff. Yeah, we've been doing it for a while. Feels good. Oh, this should be priority 9. Okay, let's just let it run for a bit. Basically, so long as none of these pipes are backing up, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, because this one's all full up. This is going to keep filling up, but that's fine. It'll take some of the load off of that. And then, if we go back down here, the rest of the oxygen is coming over here. Now going to the sleep machine again. That's good. Right, how's this going? Looks like we could do some more stuff down here. Yeah, let's dig that out next. Let's put this here. I'll creep the firewall, the firewalls? Blimey, the fire poles down slowly. It looks like a lot of that has gone pretty well. Let's keep doing this. We're obviously not running out of obsidian, are we? Then that could go there, that can go there. That will probably do for now, and then just dig this. And that can come down here. Yeah, this is just going to take bloody ages. But yeah, here's where the neutronium comes to on this side. That's annoying, because it means we're going to have to move our transformers and whatnot, but we could do all of that. Right, so... Oh, wait. I need to undo these, just for now. Just while we're trying to actually get these pips planting. I think that should be sufficient, and then put the plastic ladders back, put the fire poles back, and then put the drywall back. And then move... Where'd the seed go? There was definitely another seed. Oh, I probably planted it in one of these, haven't I? Yeah, that's fine. What about Joya seeds? Are those on the list? Let's have a look. I think we have more Joyas now, right? We've been printing them. Yeah, we do have more. Okay, so... Yeah, obviously you're there. Yeah, that makes sense. That does indeed make sense. Let's relocate that one here. And now if we look at the planting overlay, now you should be eligible to plant. So go ahead and do it. He'll do it when he feels like it. He's 97. Ripe old age. Relocate that here as well. Already denied that. Wait. We have 3 pips. That's fine. Well, the game says it should be eligible, so I think the pip is just taking his time. You can definitely climb around to the tile. Does he need more than one tile to run on to actually do this? I wouldn't have thought so. I guess we'll have to test it out. Right, let's continue investigating. What's the steam temperature now, by the way? It is around 200-ish degrees. Getting a little bit hotter up here. Oh, that's right. We have a steel pump. I probably need these to kick in at 275 then. Sun green signal if below, if above 250. Yeah. Let's do it just for these ones. If it's above 250 over here, then we'll run these. And then what I could do, I could set up some more transformers just so we start bleeding off some of that heat. I know a lot of this is going to be wasted. I just want to make sure the natural gas doesn't overheat. That should be fine. So what we'll do is... these are going to be for producers, so they will go here. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So we could do something like this. Wait. Oh, I put the chute here. I shouldn't have done that. I'm naughty. Okay. That's fine. And then that is going to connect in here. Then that is going to connect in here. Yep, I knew I was going to have to do this. That's fine. Cut all of this. And then we're going to go up here. It's going to bridge, bridge, bridge. And that's going to go like that. And then that will probably just come down here, right? So then that one can come here. This one could just come here. And then this one can do this. And then we can actually get some of these running. And this could be the thumbnail today, because we've had too many similar thumbnails for a while. And then this one could just come down. I know I shouldn't do this, but whatever. Life's too short. There you go. And that should definitely be enough to make sure that we're getting some of the heat out of this. And realistically, this steam is so hot, I could probably set this to above 270. And then that can be set for all 7, 8. There you go. That should probably be a high priority too, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess the longer we wait, the easier it'll be to dig up all the other stuff, but this is not exactly what I wanted to do. CO2 situation here is funky. I need to get the CO2 out of here. All the chlorine is rising up here now. That's bad. I opened this up so that we could actually have the chlorine sink through here, but there's enough CO2 it's not actually going to do that. So I think I will just connect this up here. You'll still be geotuned. If we go back to Barkera, This one isn't actually being powered. Why is that? Oh, because we didn't power it. Okay, that makes sense. Have we really been wasting all that chlorine all this time? Probably. I guess replacing individual wire say with some different materials is not a good idea, huh? Okay. You are too cold. We don't have any iron. Okay. I should probably decouple that at some point. Iron volcano is not going to erupt for a while. We have an iron volcano over here that is erupting. You need to send iron back here. Have you not been doing this? Yeah, just send the refined metal back here now. I don't think we need any more of it. Right, let's go have a look at that. So you guys are building all of these pipes, wires, aren't you? Yeah. I don't think this is going to cause a huge amount of issues, but who knows. But yeah, all the jungle juices actually boiled now. That's nice. And once they build all of that, we can get them to dig all of this out some more, because we've kind of been putting that off for a little bit. Repairing all the suits. This is actually getting better. It feels pretty bitty. This pipe is not going the right way. I guess I'll put another bridge over here. It's probably fine. Yeah, none of these are backed up. I don't know. I think it'll be alright. Let's just leave it for a little while. Let's not over worry about it. Well, you're building all this very quickly. That's good. We can actually get some steam turbines operating. Now, what about the piping? So the piping is insulated. That means all the steam turbines are going to dump their heat into the environment here. I think I probably want to set up a thermo aqua tuner, right? Alright, here's what we do. Very aptly positioned thermo aqua tuner right here. We can plug this into the power wire that we had here for the other stuff, for the gas pumps. So that one can just go... yeah. And then that pipe can go up here. And then what about the radium pipe? That could all be aluminium. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So probably something along these lines with a load of bridges. Yeah. That can just connect in there like that, that's fine. And then this one can go down here. Ooh, this is gross. Right, well this is going to be where it actually starts. So that could go like here. And then this one could wrap around this way. Come back. And then that can just come down here. And then we just need a load of bridges. So... Oh, right. Hold on. Yeah. There you go. We got printables. Let's see what the printables are. Simple reed seeds, sure. And then that can go there. Do I need to put a load of bridges here? Probably not. I could potentially have just moved the pipes around a different way, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. And then that can come here. Now, each of these is not going to be running at max temperature, because we blocked off some of the ports. What I would say is we could probably remove another port. Let's just set this up for now and see what happens. And we can fiddle with it later if needed. Right, and then this one is just gonna go down here. Then disconnect that. And then actually, you know what? You can remove all of this because we'll want the material somewhere else, won't we? Yeah, go ahead and do that. This... Oh, this could be removed too. That's fine. That can go there. This could get removed. I'm not going to go absolutely crazy over this, but it is all material I'm going to want back at some point. I'm not going to move this one yet, because I still don't know exactly what we're doing over there. So I want this stuff to be... Yeah, I want this stuff to be done. And then I need a liquid element sensor over here, and I guess we could just shove regular polluted water in it. So long as it's moving around, I don't think it's going to explode. We don't have any oil. I don't want to put a load of liquid uranium in it for obvious reasons. It's steam turbines. They won't work. It's fine. Just do all of this. Then you're all connected up, so you just need to actually draw something. You are actually connected, aren't you? Yes. Okay, that's fine. Again, I don't think we're going to be tuning any of these necessarily. This could be a mesh tile, actually. That probably makes sense. And then let's put a temperature plate here. Do we actually have any diamond? No, we don't have any diamond. Them's the rules. Mafic rock. Just put that there. Maybe put you here. Oh yeah, if I put a temperature plate here, that's gonna dissipate a lot of the heat into the natural gas. Now, one problem with this is all of the natural gas that we're sending out of this storage now is going to be very hot, but we are bleeding all that heat outside here anyways. Probably not necessarily a huge issue. Oh look, the salt is solidified. That's funny. Very normal magma biome. Right, and we even actually have a dropper here. So what I could do for now is I can actually cut this off. And then I can bridge this here. And we could just tell you to fill this with enable auto bottle lid of water. Yeah, see how that goes. It's overheating. These things? Why? Why is this overheating? We have polluted oxygen in here. Why do we have polluted oxygen here? That's not good. Okay, set you to green. You've gone dormant. Okay. You aren't supposed to run, but these are overheating. Oh, yeah, I see what's going on here. Just leave that open for a bit while this reactivates. This goes dormant fairly often, so it's not a huge issue. Do I actually want to come in here and repair this? Probably not. Hello, Uglavisk. Hope you're doing well. We're just still hanging out over here. We've reorganized our base pipe oxygen a little bit. I'm kind of trying to make sure that all the suits are actually getting filled. And that's been challenging. We reorganized some of this. Looks like we're actually getting extra oxygen coming over here now for the bionic dupes, so that's nice. We moved our canister fillers, we moved a few other bits to try and make sure that we were actually getting oxygen to all the suits. It's not quite worked out yet. That being said, nobody is exactly idle, so I don't think we've completely broken everything either. Now, it does look like the pips have actually sorted out the nature reserve. We accidentally deleted some stuff from the nature reserve. That's fine. We've replaced it. Yeah, happy Friday. It's been such a long week. Like, I have not felt like doing anything complicated this week at all. But thankfully, we just have a lot of manual labor to do here. I know it's not super interesting at the moment, but it's fine. You do get lulls in runs. We'll do more interesting stuff another time. We have actually technically hooked up these steam turbines. We're going to try and get some polluted water in here. Yeah, we've hooked up these steam turbines because the magma is actually starting to heat these up just a little bit. And we want to make sure that the steel pump for the natural gas room doesn't break. So I think that's what's going to constrain the steam temperature. At least over by that, we might let it get a little bit hotter over here. But currently it's still sitting around 200 degrees. We'll keep looking at all of that later. Looks like the digging is still actually going on down here. That's good. Let's keep queuing stuff up then. It's not going to be too much hassle. I don't want to have too many errands queued up, but I think we've got enough free now that we can keep going with this. And again, we'll just keep an eye on the suits. If we get a load of idle dupes because of suit oxygen, then that's a sign that we need to keep rethinking that. But we don't currently, so maybe we don't worry about it too much. Right. Didn't I build an automation wire here? I did. There you go. And then... we need to... oh. We don't need an element sensor. We need a thermosensor. Right, we've got some polluted water running through here. There is certainly a bit of a narrative to suggest we should put some coolant liquid in here. Obviously, a load of liquid has spilled over here into these turbines. I think we do generally want a little bit of liquid over here. This is obviously too much. So, don't do that. Right, so we need a liquid pipe thermosensor. And I don't know exactly what temperature we're going to cool this down to. Probably nothing major. But yeah, this is what I want to happen. Ideally, I want all of the magma to form debris like this. Wow, that's pretty neat, isn't it? Because that way we get to conserve all of the mass. We're not just wasting half of the resources. But some of it is going to cool into tiles, and I'm not going to lose sleep over it, because ultimately, we should not have a rock shortage on this map. We're not feeding hatches. We had hatches stored up for a while, but I've just decided we're not going to do them, because there are too many other cool things we want to do in this run. Looks like we've melted some gold. That's not ideal. Yeah, that was from the sensor, wasn't it? Okay. But yeah, if the temperature over here gets too hot, this should all actually kick in. We do want a little bit more polluted water in here. I'm sure that... I think this is getting done. We'll just keep an eye on it. I'm doing it on speed 1 because they have a lot of errands, and they're still kind of umming about them. I believe we made a load of digging boosters as well. So let's go back and... Yeah. Let's go give people a load of digging boosters. Which bionic dupe goes where? Sonya's. I will leave them with 1 strength booster each. I think that's worth doing. Construction for Sonya, I think that's worth doing. You've got construction. You can have digging. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Should make it a little bit easier to get all of this abyss light out of here. We should probably reorganize the bionic dupe priorities as well. If I'm being totally honest. I haven't given them any priorities. You know what? Based. I never gave them any priorities. That's so funny. Well, I'm just going to give you all extra digging then. Extra digging, extra building for the guys with skill in it. I think that will do. I think that'll be a good use of your time. So, boosters. If we look at these, they're made of iron. They will melt. This is vexing. Oh well. We have plenty of microchips. Yeah, I guess it's going to take a while to do this. Look at all this molten salt we have down here. Gross. Let's keep building ladders over here as well. Most of this is actually safe at this point. So we could come down here and do this too. Yeah, we'll just do it very gradually. It's fine. The dupes are getting on with it. That's why I've turned on the music, because we're not... we're just vibing today. Obsidian takes a long time to dig. Gizmo's hurting a little bit. Yeah, that makes sense. But these ones. Yeah, you could do that for a little bit. But if we give them too many errands, they're just going to kind of freak out a little bit. So let's not do that. I am fearing for George. Yeah, good vibes. George, I feel like you're definitely going to injure yourself on something. Yeah, it's cooled down in the UK now, which is nice. Because we did have quite a bit of a heat wave, but it's getting back to normal now. Yeah, George is very confused. I don't think I want you to dig that one for now. Leave it alone. He's doing it, he's building the ladders. Yes, the Bardic Dupe should be very helpful with all this now. There's still a lot of pawns, you can see them just hanging around. There's too many errands. They don't know what they're doing. They're trying their best. I mean, the good news is, if the salt gets in contact with any of the magma, it should condense it right away. Wow, this is weird. Bet you haven't seen this before. Just a thick old layer of molten salt. It's very pretty. They're getting all squirmy. Come and dig this as well. How long is it actually going to take us to reach the bottom? Oh, is that neutronium? That is neutronium. Is that going to get in the way of things? I don't think it is. Good. Oh, it sucks seeing the dupe struggling so much, just like figuring out what to do. There's just too many tasks. Like, the constraint here is not the performance of the dupes, it's just literally, can they figure out what they want to do today? It's probably a sign I should stop queuing up so much stuff. Yeah, you guys still look like you're having fun. They were much quicker when they were doing the Transformers, weren't they? Right, I believe this is full of polluted water now, so don't worry about that anymore. Then that could just dump on here as needed. Speedy uppy. Speedy uppy. You are actually running to try and cool everything at the moment. I think we just want to set you to, like, I don't know, like 90? Like, I don't need you to run that much at all. Basically, I only need you to run if these are actually likely to overheat. We'll figure it out. Let's see, this one can come down here as well. Yeah, keep connecting up these ladders. Yeah, you guys are getting some of this done. Most of you are down here now. I think you've run out of other things to do. This is good. Insufficient oxygen generation. I don't think so. I think we're fine. We have loads stored up. That should never be an issue. Yeah, don't queue up any more errands. Don't get tempted. Oh, you need to dig all of this. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and dig those. Go ahead and dig these. so we should be getting some condensation going on now. Release the magma. I love it when it's just dropping all of the triangles into the void. Fire poles do I actually want to extend? I think I decided I didn't want to extend all the fire poles. Seems fine, so long as people can actually reach down here. Yeah, I mean, stuff's definitely happening. Let's go have a look at the oxygen, see what that's up to. How's the gases? They're all up here now, yay. Doesn't look like this situation is solving itself. I think some of these are actually running out of oxygen. I think these two. Yeah, these two are running out of oxygen. So I think what I actually need to do is I need to... I think what I could do, actually... So these two are backing up. Here's an idea. If I do this... And then disconnect that, disconnect that. Then if they're full, then they can go into the other ones. That may help us out. Right, I believe we're actually running out of salt water as well. We were desalinating a lot of salt water to actually run into our spawns. So what we were doing is we were dumping all of the water from here into the volcano. But I think now we're at the point where we actually want to hook it up into the spot. Not the coolant pipe, the actual spawn pipe. This one. So let's have a think. So this pipe here. So at the moment, the spawn water is all going in here. Or the steam turbine water is all going into here and getting dumped. I could take this one. Because it's going to be this pipe now, isn't it? Let's actually disconnect this. Because we're not going to get any more salt water over here. This also means I should probably actually dig up all of the water weeds over here. And we'll figure out something else to do with this area. I don't think we need the food anymore. Especially now we've got the Paku. So that, let's see, it's this pipe. So that is gonna go here. Am I just going to insulate that? Do I want to insulate that? Probably not. I think we could just run it into everything for now. Let's see how that goes. Let's just see how that goes. And then let's keep looking around. Oh, the telescope's entombed? No? Okay. This seems to be going pretty well. Yeah, keep doing that. You've still got loads of tasks to do, so I'm not gonna really harangue you about stuff. I think you're nearly done with most of this. You can dig this as well, and then connect this up. That's fine. Yeah, we said we're gonna leave that wire alone. We could extend you down here a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, dig that up as well. We're getting a lot of tiles forming there because of all the shenanigans. And then you could probably just hook this up as well. Do we need all these ladders? Probably not, but I don't know where I'm going to want to build everything later. I would like to maintain access to all of the area. But the dupes really are struggling a little bit. I wonder how long your errand list is. I shudder to think. We got more loot. I saw that flip up the second it did. None of you guys are this quick on the draw. We got a digital pink wallpaper. We've been getting some good wallpapers recently. It's nice. Yeah, get out of here. A random little tile of obsidian there. Bit weird. I don't think I want to queue up any more errands because they're still just kind of struggling a little bit. Good to see the Drecos are back in business. Good to see we've got more hydrogen up here as well. Looks like this all worked out pretty well. Right, is this bridge thing working? To be fair, none of these actually look backed up at the moment, so I'm just going to assume it is working. So long as we've got like at least a couple of puffs in here, I'm not going to agonize about this forever. But yeah, it looks like that was the whole chlorine issue, wasn't it? It is 50-50 again to here. So we should get more squeaky puffs again. That's good. This asteroid is still coping fine. Let's zoom out a little bit. How few frames can we get today? Got a Pleco by the side. Hello, Mr. Pleco. I think we're making some pretty good progress. This is actually the floor. So I know it seemed like it's been taking ages, but we are like probably 2/3 of the way done. You can see most of this magma is actually now at the point where it's almost ready to freeze. So I just don't want to speed up, because if they're having errand issues, speeding up isn't actually going to help. So we're just going to vibe, we're just going to chill, we're going to watch them. This game's very cute anyways. I think they're doing a little bit better now at the moment anyways. Like, I'm seeing less idle behavior. Or pondering. You can have a look at the colony report. Let's have a look at the colony report. So, looks like ponder is high because it's not on the menu. There's too many friggin' things. Let's have a look at random dupe. Yeah, they're spending a lot of time pondering. But I still suspect it's just because we're giving them too many errands. So let's give them less errands. Let's just let them do all of them and then come back. We'll just do it in chunks. Oh, wait. Do not do this. Come back. Steady. I should actually unqueue these, shouldn't I? It's not helping anyone. Yeah, let's do these ones as well. Do these ones. It's totally the bottom of the map. Yeah, no volcanoes in here. We know there's not any geysers in here. That's good. We don't want any geysers. Steam temperature is increasing. It's going to take a while to get up here. Oh, looks like some of these are actually running. Hey, not bad, not bad. Yeah, take some heat out of this. So, we've got 2 ports open here. Steam is about 250 degrees. That's resulting in about, I don't know, like a fair amount of watts. But obviously we're not using all of this power at the moment anyways. Let's actually go have a look at the power menu on here. Oh god, get out of here. I don't think we've actually been consuming that much power recently because we've not been running too many things. Or rather, I don't know. Doesn't feel like we've been super busy. If we go here, I guess it's not a huge amount of power, and it also means that we're just not tapping into our other power sources if this is running. I don't think we're wasting a huge amount of that power. Shove bowl legs, get out of here. Glad this is still running. Yeah, really don't want this to overheat. It shouldn't overheat. Wow, this steam is quite hot now. Oh, we got some gas. We got some polluted oxygen hanging out over here. That's not good. Yeah, cock. That's not a lot of polluted oxygen, but that'll do it. That is going to interfere with some of these ports. Inputs. Probably not a problem for now, but something we'll want to fix later. Is that because we're just dumping the polluted water in here still? We're dumping a lot of polluted water in here. Where is this all coming from? Oh, it's probably coming from the actual polluted water vent now that I think about it. And I guess now that I think about it, if we're dumping polluted water in here, we're kind of also just dumping it at the bottom of the map afterwards. So maybe it doesn't actually matter just hooking this up to polluted water. Maybe it's just quicker. Oh, don't enable auto bottle. Yeah, just put the polluted water in there, that's fine. Yeah, because if we look at this one's only outputting... It's still outputting the 800. Is that fluctuating at all? It is a little bit. Based on where the polluted water is moving around. I still think it's fill out with blocks so it's straight, then let the polluted oxygen congregate, try to delete it on building it. Yeah, we could tile it out pretty easily. I'm not too concerned. This is not actually going to interfere with this at the moment because the throughput required is pretty low. But we will do that if needed. Idle. Eduardo. So yeah, these middle ones are blocked, so I'm hoping this actually is going to fill up properly. It looks like it is. Controlling whether these are running or not. It is just the pipe blocking. Don't really want any pipe blocking situation. You know what? I'm overthinking this. This is fine. We've only been running it a couple of cycles realistically. Let's not worry about it. Yeah, this is going well. The digging is going well. You're getting all this crap. We're obviously getting a lot of liquids where we're just pouring this all out. You know what? You can put the fire pole down here as well. We're definitely going to want this fire pole. A bit of obsidian there. This bit's actually all done. That's pretty cool. I could get you to hook this up then. Yeah, let's do this. Could reach all of that. I would like to get everything on the same level. We're getting a lot of just sand down here now, aren't we? Let's see if we can spot any polluted oxygen. Doesn't currently look like it. Which is what I would expect, because there's a lot of steam down here. Notably, the pressure is actually decreasing because the amount of space is increasing faster than the amount of extra water we're pouring in here. We have many, many cycles of water built up in here. So I'm not really surprised at all by that. Yeah, this is actually happening pretty quickly. Yeah, just keep focusing on all this. Fire pole, I'm gonna wait on that a little bit. The end is in sight. Literally. Let's just have a look at the steam vent as well. Is this actually running properly? It does look like it. Yeah, this is just reactivated. That's fine. It's flooded. Yeah, we don't need those to activate yet. These are obviously going to heat up because we're not activating the aquatuner yet. We'll wait for a fair bit to do that. Wow, I think they are actually getting this done pretty quickly. Do you reckon we will have dug out the whole bottom of the asteroid by cycle 600? That's the aim, really, isn't it? Also, I'm noticing getting dark earlier now. That's really bad. This year has gone by so fucking fast. It's unreal. Yes, I guess it's still quarter to 10, but like... feels like it was the middle of the summer yesterday. Now it's August. Christ. I'm pretty happy with where this run's going. I knew this bit was going to be a bit of a slog in the middle. But I don't think it's going badly. There's just a lot to do. And the good news is, once we've done this, we won't have to do it again. Because all of the important stuff is going to be on this asteroid. We're literally only colonizing other asteroids to harvest resources. So, yeah. So much space down here. Because the magma came up to here. And this is all just... Once we've actually cooled it down, this is all buildable space. And I think what we will do is we'll put the slickster ranches down here. Because there's going to be a lot of residual heat hanging around. And we want molten slicksters. For the petroleum. So we can capitalize on that. And just have it be nice and hot. And then we don't have to necessarily worry about that for a while.
Imagine that.
Wow. Shen! You're here! How are you? How's Victoria 3 been treating you? How's China? I laughed when it looked like you couldn't do the monarchy thing, the stamp out the monarchy thing, because you were like a corpo state. But yeah, the dupes are trying to figure out what to do. We are digging out all the magma. Look. Look, there's all the magma. You finished? Wow. Hello, Altara Boo. Hello, Daniel Aldred, 1990. It's me, Ariza Gaming, funny fish man who likes to play extra not included. Let us give Shen.
Thanks for the follow.
Let us give Shen a shout out. Here you go. Liquid hot magma. Yes. There you go. But yeah, we got rid of most of it. It was all the way up to where these steam turbines are. We're only running a couple of steam turbines. Mostly because I don't want the natural gas vent to overheat because we're using this gas for cooking. And I didn't insulate this. But that's fine. We are getting there. It's just a lot of excavation. We spent 30 cycles literally just sweeping off all the debris that landed from the map. Because we dug out like the whole asteroid. Like this is sour gas or bust. This is a long-term run where I'm planning on setting up a load of critter recycling loops. We're on about cycle 600. We have about 45 dupes. Most of them are on this asteroid. We got our Drecos over here. We got a load of Atmos suits. We got some pretty good facilities for people. We got a nature reserve with the pips. I actually need to replant some plants here, so let's do that quickly. We've finally actually managed to heat up the rooms because they were getting cooled down by space a lot, but we've been running our polluted water coolant loop through our solar panels, through all the meteor stuff for ages, and now it's finally getting to normal temperatures so the dupes can stop trying to go to sleep in like really cold bedrooms. What else have we got? We have puffs. We're refining a lot of resources, gas resources, into solids with these guys. We're using that to geotune a lot of geysers. We have like 11 geotuners. So we're getting a load of steam power from them. Okay, maybe not at the moment. This one's idle. But we're getting a load of power from them, a load of water from them. Our metal volcanoes are all geotuned. This isn't max geotuned. Why isn't that the case? Have you just not done the errand? Where's the metal volcano geotuner? Did we export all the refined... We did export all the refined phosphorus. I shouldn't have done that. We don't need all of it over here. Let's send some of it back. Consumable or refined phosphorus. But yeah, this is where all the metal volcanoes are. We have 2 cyborgs over here just operating everything and not really doing much else. There's a load of metal volcanoes that just erupt. They've got some self-sustaining facilities over here. It's literally just a resource harvesting operation. Our current general situation is that we have our main asteroid that we've excavated. We're extracting all of the resources from this one. So now we need to get out into space and find the advanced materials that are going to let us build our really complicated machines. But because it's an Oceania map and it's a classic style asteroid, all the outer planets are really far away. And we picked a map. We picked a planet that doesn't actually have any oil. It's an ocean asteroid that generated with magma channels, so all the oil got replaced by magma. We did this so that we'd have all of this as free building space, so we don't have to worry about oil reservoirs. But the result of that is we can't actually set up a petroleum rocket, at least not until we can get some slicksters. So we're going to have to actually do radbolt rockets. Oh, look at this. All the salt is crystallizing out of the salt water we dumped in here. It's forming a load of salt liquid. This is heat multiplying, so I should probably do something about this. Yeah, now we just got a load of magma that we're trying to condense, and some of it's tiling up, which is good. We want most of it to form debris, because then we don't have to dig it out. But good luck with that. We did leave some metals in here from earlier. That's fine. But yeah, we need to make radbolt rockets that are going to run off nuclear stuff. We do have a lot of nuclear material on the other asteroid, and we've stored a lot of it as well. We also have some crashed satellite landmarks that produce a large amount of radiation. Well, a medium amount of radiation. Enough radiation that if we pump power into radbolt generators, we can run a radbolt rocket off of this. So that's what we'll do for start. But later on, we'll want to make a nuclear reactor to get a load of nuclear waste, and that will be our radiation source. But, so those are my immediate goals for like the next 100 cycles. But at the moment, it's very much just, we have a high capacity wire that runs across the entire left of the map. And everything plugs in and out of the base onto it using transformers. Hello, Christopher Mino. Hope you're doing well. I'm really glad China went well. I've been watching the Victoria VODs while I've been at work. I love Victoria 3. I've got to make time for it, man. I've got an Italy run. I've tried to do Italy, but I've still only got like 40 hours of the game or so. Yeah, we've got long-term plans. We've done loads of like short runs in Oxygen Not Included on the YouTube channel. And I wanted to commit to a big project, something we were going to do for ages. And one where we could explore the rest of the base game content that we never got around to doing. Like, we've got to go to the superconductive asteroid and get niobium. We haven't done that yet. There's a few other bits we need to do as well. Like radbolts. We haven't really done that much stuff involving radbolts. So we are going to do that this time because it's our only option for space travel. So yeah, it's good. It feels good having long-term plans and actually making progress towards them. Right. Let us just clear out this whole layer now. I probably don't need to pause it while I'm doing this. Right, dig that out. We're building all the ladders out of obsidian just to make sure they don't melt. They shouldn't melt. The steam isn't that hot. I'm really pleased that the steam isn't coming out at like 600 or 700 degrees or something stupid like that. Yeah, you can see this magma is gradually condensing. The cold magma seems to be less vivid. This pink stuff is salt, not magma. But we're pretty close to actually getting this to all just freeze outright. This is pretty close to just freezing outright. It looks like a lot of it has already started to freeze. As we dig out the tiles, we remove half the mass as well. But there will still be plenty of residual heat left for what we want to do. The natural gas is still heating up. If this goes above 275 degrees, this pump is going to break. And that's going to be bad. But we've got all these steam turbines running. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. We can unblock some ports if need be. A couple of these have been blocked. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Normally I run it on speed 2, but we're running on speed 1 because we've given the dupes a lot of errands. A lot of individual errands to do. And they can literally walk across almost the entire map now. So they have a lot of options to consider, unfortunately, when they're trying to figure out what to do. Which is probably my least favorite problem in the game, is that if you speed it up, the dupes will actually, at very large scales, they will just become much less efficient because they're thinking about what to do. So we're just vibing. We're just hanging out with them. We got the fish as well. Let's see the fish. How the fish doing? We got Whiskers. Whiskers is round the back. Look, Whiskers has got the little foldy tail here. Got any frogs? I think the frogs are currently hiding, but they're doing all right. Let's go have a look at the fish. We could feed them. If I put some food in, Whiskers will come over. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We're just waiting for the dupes to dig stuff out anyway, so we can indulge a little bit. Let's just put some plates. I know. I've already fed you guys. Go feed you a little bit. There you go. Right, let's see what happens. You should see some close-ups. I don't think this will excite Whiskers. But yeah, the plants are going pretty well. We've got some barbs, we've got some bristlenose plecos, we've got the weather loach, we've got hillstream loaches. They're all off camera. Oh. Yeah. There you go. I mean, that's not perfect, but like... That's a better view. There you go. Wow. That's pretty cool. They're everywhere. Is it too much plants with pH or something? We're trimming them every week. But the plants are actually eating a lot of the nitrates out of the water. So generally they're good for the tank. They're helping out a fair bit. I've been doing tests on it. The water seems fine. The fish are all fine. The fish don't seem to be having any problems. We got the barbs like a couple of weeks ago, but the platy, the loaches, the hillstream loaches have been in here like the whole time for like years at this point. We've had the fish tank for like 3 years. But yeah, interesting to see that they're all on that side. It's that's a bit of a better view. Yeah, there you go. I really love how the orange is coming out of the around the Odessa barbs. They're getting really colorful. I think Whiskers is going to eat all of the eggs, but yeah, fish money blob. Oh yeah, that was Whiskers. Hold on. Whiskers, come here. Whiskers likes pets. Is she gonna come over? Yeah, there she is. Oh, someone's scolding. Okay. We should probably actually get back to the game. No shrimp. Whiskers would eat the shrimp immediately. Whiskers will eat the non-fishes for sure. She eats the babies too. The dupe's fine. No issues at all. Yeah, there you go. You guys got some actual good fish footage for change. Right, we do actually need to deal with someone scolding. Why are you scolding? Wait. You should not be going in here and exporting material. That's why it's supposed to be going in here, dudes. I do not want you just dumping, like, superheated iron into the base. We've got it set up on conveyors to cool down gradually. I actually need to do that for the other volcanoes, don't I? Oh, I didn't even put a door here, did I? There should be a door here. And there should probably be a door around here as well. Yes. Just so we can tell them not to wander in. Are you going to do this now? I need you to do this now. Oh my god, have you been sweeping up the water here this entire time? Yes. Great. I don't need these guys to be very busy, but I do need them to not be completely filling their days with pointless tasks. Right, that's fine. So... Shit. Yeah, you guys need to build these. And I guess you guys will scold if you try and come in here as well, so... Maybe I don't need to worry about that immediately, but... Yeah, we'll come back to that. I want to make sure that these guys are staying busy. I think they are staying busy. This is all condensed now, that's good. So, come down here. And then, let's see. Yeah, we can pretty much get over here now. This is all gonna condense at some point, right? No, this is too early to do this. This is slightly too early. How about you come down here? And then we'll extend this fire pole. Question for anyone: any newer spawn builds from Rodriguez? I'm interested in trying something different. I'm assuming that you don't want to do a Hydra, because that's what we normally use. We have... Carrie, actually. Hello. Hello, hope you're doing well. How has your ONI been going? Have you been doing ONI today? Have you been doing the DLC? I thought I saw you around earlier. I'll give you a shout out as usual. You have been good. We are still digging out the magma, but it's going pretty well. Yeah, you're on the prehistoric lab map. Nice. Yes. We're pretty close to getting rid of all this magma. I think it will happen today. It's taken a little bit of time, but it is happening. We do have some of the steam turbines running, just because I want to make sure that the natural gas pump doesn't overheat. But that should all be fine. We just showed off the fish to everyone. We just fed the fish a little bit. You guys could see them. And I need to adjust my spray bar, actually. That's kind of fallen over at this point. Yeah, it's going well. Magma. Yeah, we've never done this before. Like, we've literally demolished the entire map. And this is like a classic asteroid. Like, the closest we ever got to doing this... Okay, we left a little chunk up here. That's fine. The closest we ever got to doing this was on our Boreal Airheads, our mouth breathers run. That was a spaced out asteroid, like, so it was kind of like this big. And that was full of mouth breathers, so twice as much oxygen. But we ended up actually doing this in a less controlled way, and we didn't think that too much steam was going to get produced. And it produced so much steam it actually flew all the way up to where the base was. And it broke our oxygen machine. We use these hydras, which are submerged electrolyzers, where the gas just settles out naturally into the light and the heavy gas. This is my favorite build, and we've definitely done a YouTube video on this a while ago. This is like my first Sandbox Showcase video, because I hate the Rodriguez. We built it once on Exploits Not Included, where we weren't doing the submerged electrolyzer trick, but man, that was painful. I hate the Rodriguez so much. We don't have a load of slime lung on the chlorine pump, thankfully. That's good. What's overheating? The doors. Yeah, that's fine. We don't care about the doors overheating, because they still work even if they're broken. A lot of buildings in this game work even if they're broken. So them breaking doesn't actually matter. There you go. We're making it so the dupes can leave, but they can't come in. Not that I think that would be too relevant. But yeah, it's going okay. As I was saying, the long-term plan is, once we've actually solidified all of this, we're going to send the heavy watt wire around here. We're going to loop it back up. And then every part of the classic asteroid will have a heavy watt wire at the edge. A heavy watt conductive wire. So 50 kilowatts. And then we can just feed in whatever we want from any side of the map. It's going to be very simple. And all of the access for everything is going to be from the middle. And we'll spread it out at that point. Whoa, what are you doing in here? That's fine. You can dig this. Yeah, dig this for now. But yeah, we've just been playing our own music today because we are very much just hanging out. No super complicated builds today. You betray a Quasi Rodriguez? Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't even bother. I don't think there's that many cases where you wouldn't want to use a Hydra. Has anyone actually done the thing with the Jorbos yet in the DLC? The fish that poop rust? Because then you can avoid the Hydras altogether. You can avoid the electrolyzers altogether. Because you can run your colony off of just rust deoxidization. I think that will actually be the next challenge run. Can we run a colony without any water? Because I think the answer is yes, but I won't know until I actually try. We've got a little rock tile over here. Super neutronium. Get out of the way. Ooh, that's an interesting challenge. Yes! And nobody's done it yet. I'm honestly kind of wondering whether I should actually take a break from this and try and do it, especially now that we've got the Jorbo build sorted out. We have done a lot of prehistoric planet pack stuff recently. And if we actually printed a Jorbo... If we printed a Jorbo on this run, we could do it on this run. But... I think you guys like to see that stuff on more focused runs. Isn't the rust conversion ratio really bad? Like 1 Jorbo for every 1 dupe? Yeah, so each Jorbo poops 60 kilograms of rust per cycle. And then if we look at the... Oh god, frames. If we look at the rusty oxidizer, it produces... I don't know, probably about 45 kilograms of oxygen from that. So you would actually probably need 2 Jorbos per duplicate. But... So the Jorbos need to eat the Paku. The Paku... You can feed the Paku pretty easily. I'm going to do a YouTube video on this, but with the seacomb leaf, if you fertilize the seacomb leaf, and you feed the Paku a combination of seacomb leaves and seeds, then you can feed the Paku off of their own waste. So that means you can have as many Paku as you want, and then that means you can have as many Jorbo as you want. So the one thing I would say is, considering what you'd have to do to get the salt and stuff as well, it's probably not going to be very efficient critter-wise to not have oxygen. But I think it would be possible for a small colony, and perhaps that is why we would do it on a separate. Because we don't need it to be a large colony. We would never get it fully working here, and we want the dupes. We want the critter space for other things. So I think we would do that as a separate run. No ranching labor for fish ranching. Yeah, exactly. Like, let's actually have a look at our fish build over here at the moment while they're digging everything out. So this is based off of Luma Play's build, but essentially what we've got here, we've got doors, we've got a drop-off. So if the ranches need filling, the door's open, this door closes, the Paku flops out of the egg over here and wanders into one of the breeder ranches. And then we're feeding them algae from the feeders. They're doing fine. And then we can set this to an arbitrary number of eggs so that we either have lots of excess eggs for omelette production, because we're using a teppidizer and just boiling all the excess eggs, because they'll expire into raw egg while they're in a container. And then the omelettes are technically more calorie efficient. But if we don't want to do that, we can have most of the Paku flop out here instead, and then we can just wait for them to age up normally, and then we can get the Paku fillets. So to feed the Jorbos, we actually have a template on Discord. I haven't done the video on that yet. Maybe I just need to do that first, and then we do the challenge. But essentially what we do is we have a little freezer here, and we split up the Paku fillet into lots of little pieces, and we run them on 2 different conveyor loops through a freezer. One for large lumps of Paku, and one for small lumps of Paku. And then the small lumps of Paku go periodically to the Jorbos so they eat from the feeder. If a Jorbo eats 1 kilogram of Paku fillet from the feeder, which is the smallest amount you can set on here, then they're going to be full for too long to actually get tamed. But if you use a conveyor meter and get them to eat only 10 grams of Paku fillet at a time, then they will eat from the feeder a lot. And then once they're tame, you can just set it back to a normal amount and have a less complicated freezer. But you do need the initial complication to actually tame them, which is kind of annoying. And I kind of hope they patch the fish feeder so you can reduce the amount on here a little bit more. Because I don't think you should need to do that with the conveyor meter for the intended behavior. Because you have to have the feeder to tame them. And we need to tame them to get the rust out. We'll see what the devs say. We'll see what Clay says. But yeah, it's all very doable. It's all very doable, and you can scale it up pretty well. Like, what you can do is you can either just extend these breeders out horizontally forever, or you can extend it vertically, because it fits within our nice 23 wide room structure where we can subdivide it a lot. So we can just fit this into a normal base, because the dupes can still walk around everything in our build, even when the freezer's here, because the freezer's going to go in this little ceiling space here. So, yeah, it should all be doable. That will be what we do next. And we will probably... I think what we will do with Sour Gas or Bust is we will set up the heavy watt wire, wrapping around the whole map. We will build the Radbolt rocket, and we will explore where all the nearby planets are. And then I think we will take a break and do the Jorbo challenge. Because we technically tamed a Jorbo in the last run. But it was very messy and not intended to be sustainable. So we can do that again. And frankly, I'm enjoying restarting the Prehistoric Planet Pack DLC as well, because there was a lot to learn. Like, I want to test out Lurers and Mimickers, and I want to test out Lurers and, oh, what was the other one? Beaters. We haven't really done anything with Beaters ever, and Lurers and Beaters in a chlorine atmosphere seems like the optimal setup for, like, literally free plastic, which actually kind of supersedes the whole plan on this run, because the whole plan on this run was we were going to have a load of glossy Drecos, we were going to recycle the critter products really efficiently, so that we could get a load of plastic to boil into sour gas, and then get a load of power, and then do all that stuff, or have a load of plastic for building. But the Lura Beta stuff is just free plastic. You don't actually have any resource inputs. It's kind of crazy. And this leads me on to another point. The more I learn about the DLCs and the more I played them, the more I think they're actually quite pay to win. Like, so the Frosty Planet Pack, right? And the geothermal heat pump is busted. We've established this in our Frosty Planet Pack runs. If you can get to it quickly, you can do whatever the heck you want with your run, because you're going to have entire heavy watt wires full of steam power. Or you're going to have very early access to supercoolant, so long as you have something like a magma volcano to get the heat up. You can get advanced with the heat pump so quickly. It's fantastic. The Bionic Booster Pack. We know that the Bionic duplicates with the ammo suits, that exploit is extremely powerful. If you just put them in a suit and you don't ever take it off, then they don't use reed fiber to actually maintain it. The suit only takes damage when it's unequipped. It accumulates the damage, so it will break immediately when you unequip it, but it won't break until you unequip it. So if you just never do it, you'll be completely fine. And then this means the Bionic dupes can get wet. It means they can get scalding. And they still breathe the oxygen normally through their internal oxygen tanks. Even if you don't fill up the suit with any oxygen. They just go to a canister filler and eat from that. And combined with the fact that you can set them on downtime, you can set them on bedtime and just generate a load of microchips and then make all the boosters you'd ever want. You could respec them really quickly. We've done that on this asteroid. We managed to get this done really quickly because we basically just spec'd all of our dupes up to construction and got them to build everything. And then we sent them back over here and we swapped out the construction boosters for strength boosters when they were lifting out all the debris. And now we swapped them out to digging boosters and construction boosters to do all of this. So yes, they're only good at one thing at a time, but once you get your industry going, they can be good at the exact thing you need them to be good at for every time. It's like when you're... Oh, God. It's like when you're playing an RPG and you can respec your character between fights. Like, that's what it's like. Oh, what's the better analogy? Yeah, you can... It's like you're making a Pokemon team, but you have advanced knowledge of what the opponent's Pokemon are going to be. So you can just pick the ones that counter theirs. You can just pick the right skills for whatever you're doing with your Bionic dupes, and they'll do it faster than your normal dupes. And you'll get them quicker, and you can have them in the Atmo suits all the time, and it's not going to affect their behavior. So that is really strong. The Bionic dupes themselves, I mean, it's not that strong apart from that, but like, the Atmo suit behavior on its own is game-breaking. So I'm not going to make a huge habit of doing it. But it's very powerful. And then, the Prehistoric Planet Pack, you have immediate access to Iridium if you let the asteroid land. You can get that easily within 50 to 100 cycles, and that's plus 500 degrees overheat temperature stuff. We actually made our plastic boiler on the 7th stream of Prehistoric Planet Pack when we let the meteor land on the lab seed. And you can set the meteor to land whenever you want. Obviously, if you do that, you only have a finite amount and you can't harvest it from space forever. But if you blow it up and you set up a rocket, you can harvest it from space forever and you don't have to do the niobium planet at all. So that's really powerful as well. The Lura beta synergy, like the Lura plants in general are just very strong sources of plastic. We got it working with nits that were just stinging the dupes to repopulate, and that gave a lot of stress, and that wasn't perfect, but it was very easy. And that gave us plastic. And Lures and Mimickers seem very strong too, because it's just a little bit of dirt, and then you get the plastic out of that. Obviously, you get the amber, then you have to turn it into resin, and then you have to turn the resin into plastic, but you just turn the... Have we actually finished digging all this? Wow, we have finished digging all this while I was rambling. You killed the Molior. Excellent. Good job. Well done. But yeah, the Lura plants are really strong. I would say they are... I mean, obviously, you can't get reed fiber from them like you can get from Drecos. But in terms of... I think they're definitely better than glossy Drecos overall. In terms of ease of setup for getting plastic. Yeah, just do that. I think that's probably, honestly, the most impactful thing. The Dartles and Rexes aren't amazing. They exist. I think Drecos are better than them. The reed fiber. I think the Megafrond is quite powerful, but it does require you to have a lot of chlorine. What else? I think those are the two main things. Iridium and Lura plants. But yeah, all 3 DLCs, I think. If you manage to solve the specific problem it throws at you early on, your colony will be way stronger than a base game colony. And I don't necessarily have a problem with that. But it does mean that if you're trying to just... I feel like if you're a new player, and... Because previously what you do is you recommend that someone buys the base game, learns how to play that, and then gets spaced out. And then learns how to play that, and then all that stuff happens. And then they know how to play the game. I almost feel like... I mean... I don't know. As a new player, it'd probably be pretty hard to do the things I was talking about. But like, as a medium level player, it becomes way easier than base game stuff, because the options on the DLC planets are more powerful. And then eventually, when you're like a super experienced player, it doesn't matter too much because you can do whatever you want anyways. You know what to do. I don't think I have a problem with the DLC content being stronger than base game content. And again, a lot of it is actually tied to the specific maps. Obviously, you're not getting the Iridium on non-Relica maps. Obviously, you're not getting the geothermal heat pump on non-series maps. So that's fine. But the Bionic Dupe Atmo suit thing is something you can do everywhere. And I honestly think that... I think that is, like, potentially harmful levels of good. Because it kind of means... It kind of means you can bypass the organic dupes altogether and their weaknesses and just have Bionic dupes running around in exosuits. And that as a default way of playing the game, once you get over the initial power hump, I think it is just stronger. It's both stronger than the organic dupes and less interesting because, or less challenging. Like, it's easier and it's simpler, and I don't think there's that many cases where you wouldn't do it. Unless you just had an asteroid that was absolutely devoid of power. And even then, I think you would probably... Like, you can run the Bionic dupes on manual generators if you really want. Like, it's not great efficiency, obviously, but it is higher than nothing. I don't like it when options in the game directly outclass other options, and until they change the ammo suit behavior with the bionic dupes, I feel like once you get past the early game, it probably is just optimal to just have bionic dupes, which I don't like. And it's because of a non-intended behavior. I would like to make a noob with no idea how to play prehistoric planet lab map and watch their reaction. Bionic dupe on series is harm over for newbies because it freezes their gunk. True, and you need the gunk for the gear bomb. That is true. And you do have to get to the point where you can actually make the suits in the first place. So it's not like it immediately breaks open the early game. You still have to know how to actually do the early game. I think we're just going to dig this out for now. We're getting pretty close to the bottom. I'm enjoying having a really proper rant about stuff. It's fun. Yeah, go ahead and just dig this. This magma is pretty close to just condensing across the board now, so I think we can be a bit more liberal with digging stuff out. If you kill a bionic dupe on a normal map, you're just bad at the game. Yes. Well, there's nothing wrong with being bad at the game. So do this one. We're actually getting really close. I haven't been seeing a lot of idle dupe notifications, so I'm going to assume that they are actually doing stuff properly and they're not getting held up in a load of random tasks. And it's funny because I did that review of the Bionic Booster Pack where I said the stuff feels kind of like a side grade and not really very helpful, which for the most part it is, except for the exosuit thing. The exosuit thing just makes organic dupes completely outclassed. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. But yeah, look, they're all getting confused now. They don't know what to do. This is not very productive, is it? Am I just gonna actually dig all of this out? We will definitely get fast track on for the next stream, by the way. Because I'm hoping that's going to actually help the dupes decide what to do. They're a bit more decisive when they like get over here in like a group, but they've got like not very many tasks to do. They just kind of floundering around a little bit. These guys just straight up having a chat while they're not doing anything. But yeah, I wish they would, the bionic dupes are a funny thing, because they're so simple. If they're too weak, then you just wouldn't bother, because they're less interesting than regular dupes, and they're less powerful. But if they're too strong, then, and they're not interesting, then the game is just less interesting, because you're just printing bionic dupes instead of solving the problems of organic dupes, and having that extra flavor. Because there's only 6 bionic dupes in the game, they all by design feel very similar. It's just a different way of playing the game that's less interesting. And if it's strong, then it just makes the game less interesting. Unless you're just playing around to have... Unless you're just not trying to actually be as efficient as possible. Why have I got sour gas down here? Oh, I have no idea. I must have dropped some plastic down here or something. But yeah, it just feels like they're in a bit of a rough spot where, like, there's no outcome that would actually make them... beneficial to the game. I tried an all-bionic run, but eventually moved on because I didn't like there were only 6 faces. Exactly. Like... don't know what you would do about it, though. Maybe they could just add more art assets. That would be something pretty easy for them to do. Just add another 6 bionic dupes. That would help deal with that to a degree, but it doesn't change the fact that they're all the same dupe. They have 2 different... stress overjoyed responses. And that's it. And the only actual starting trait that makes a difference with them is their bionic bug. But again, they're supposed to be reconfigurable, so that's fine. But like, what am I even trying to get at? Like, the bionic dupe skill tree is super simple. Like, all three of these skills are the exact same in the middle. Like, it's just, I mean, obviously there's some different, there's an actual choice here on the first booster, right? And there are choices here at the end. Why are these all the same? That's just kind of odd to me. And also, the fact that bionic dupes have less skills means you can get them up to morale requirements really easily. You don't need to build morale infrastructure in here, because if you have a Great Hall, because they eat the power banks of the Great Hall now. If you have that in a nature reserve, you don't have to worry about your bionic dupes' morale at all. So you don't even have to think about that side of the game. Ah, poop. This is too hot now. I think I need to set this to like 260. Yes. This is what I was trying to avoid. Yeah, these tiles are too hot now. I think what I'll do is I'm actually going to remove a third... I'm actually going to remove a third port from each of these steam turbines. Or I'm going to activate the third port in each of these steam turbines. Because if this actually overheats, we are in trouble. We would basically have to set up a liquid lock to get in here to fix this. I am a bit concerned now. Let's Prody 9 this. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Oh, this one. I think this one is hooked up to the cooling loop, but it's not active. Oh. Yeah, both of these are. Yeah, okay, do these two. We could start... Well, I haven't set up the cooling loops for all of these. Yeah, open more ports. That should help. It's a little bit too hot for 3 ports. We are just deleting some of the heat now. This is going to get up to... Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of this power is getting wasted anyways. We're just trying to cool this, but this is not good. Because we have tons... We have literal tons of natural gas in here. We don't want to release it into here. That being said, the pressure in here is so high now. If we actually release the natural gas, it wouldn't spread out that much. But the issue is, eventually this water is going to condense. So... then it'll just be left with a load of natural gas in here, which is not ideal. I'm not convinced we're actually going to be able to cool this down, though. Yeah, I mean... to be fair, we're only using this for cooking, really. We are kind of using it for natural gas power, but the steam power is so high at the moment, we're not actually running the natural gas power. So we will just be using it for cooking, which means we could do that for, like, probably 100 cycles before we have to repair this. Food is still hovering around 1,000,000 calories. We are no longer growing water weeds. I will say that. We're no longer pumping salt water into these, so I'm just gonna dig these up. Not the Mimica. You could be a Mimica. Yeah, we'll fix it. We won't fix it today, but we can break in and fix it. I'm just trying to think of the actual best way to break in and fix it. We could just set up another naphtha liquid lock, actually. That wouldn't be too hard. So, what exactly would that look like? Probably just something like this. Yeah, this should be fine. We can set up a naphtha liquid lock. This steam will condense into here. I don't think that will be the end of the world. And then we can get in here and fix this. I should have insulated these tiles. I just don't think there's any way we can actually do that. This steam down here is very hot. How's this all going? Pretty well. Mostly just digging around now, to be honest. That's fine. This can get dug down here. It might take a little while for this to all freeze. We'll at least actually just get this queued up. We're not getting any debris anymore, but that's fine. Yeah, we got the squad. The Lord Fart Squad, there you go. Yeah, this is pretty close to being done too, actually. And then we can just get down here. This is still pretty hot because this hasn't actually come into contact with anything. Still heating up. The problem is when the steam is dripping out of, when the water is dripping out of here at 95 degrees C. So much steam pressure here. Just not really making a dent in the temperature. I think the temperature is just going to keep rising. And if it gets to the point where we boil the naphtha, then we're in real trouble. I could... Okay, you know what we could do? I could actually set up a depleted uranium or a liquid uranium lock at some point, maybe. That might be needed. So what I would need to do... You know what? We actually have a load of depleted uranium or liquid uranium. We can put it in here now. Is this door breaking? You know what? I do not care about that door breaking. Well, that's fine. Let's just keep going. Can we get this done by cycle 600? We got 3 cycles to actually dig out all of this. I think that can happen. There's not that much left. And to be honest, we're actually getting to the point where it's mostly solid. Again, I'm not going to give them too many errands because they're getting confused. But it feels doable. I think I'm also going to tell you to just dig out this. We haven't had a dupe just jump into the lava yet. Obviously, if a dupe does that, it's not good, but they haven't done it yet. They've had enough sense to avoid that fate. And the good thing is as well, the igneous rock is actually a lot quicker to dig out than the obsidian. We dug out a lot of obsidian earlier, so this might actually be quicker relative to the other errands. Steam temperatures up here are still pretty low. I'm getting really concerned, though. I'm getting really concerned that this is gonna explode and then all the steam's gonna come out. And the problem is... Okay, so what we could do... We could have this be uranium and have this be naphtha. That would work because there's a vacuum. So maybe we actually try and do that. Maybe we actually just put in a heavy watt wire of uranium. Because this is hot enough. We'll get the building melted notification. If we can do that, then I think we're in business. I'll do the same thing over here. And then we don't need to worry about this again, probably. I also need to make sure that when the dupes are grabbing igneous rock, they are not grabbing it from here. I am also concerned because this is above steel temperatures now, which means if we can run the heavy watt wire down here, but we can't actually fit transformers to it yet. We will have to cool it down past that point first. So that means we will probably need to actually start running all the steam turbines. But that's fine, because the main thing we want to do with the heavy watt wire at the moment is send it up here. All we need to do is have the wire be built out of something that's not going to melt. So if we build the heavy watt wire out of... I don't really want to build it out of steel. If we built it out of iron... What's the melting point of iron again? Yeah, this is fine. We can build it all out of iron. And then we just need to not turn all the iron into steel. But that's fine. We have 2 iron volcanoes that are both GO2. That's fine. Who's scolding? Neo, this was not the right move. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Right, I'm pretty convinced we can just dig across here now. I'm going to have to ladder this bit out here to solve this. Oh, whoops, I just turned the music off. If I scratch my ear, it turns the music off. What kind of silly system is that? Yeah, do that. Put the fire pole down here. I'm just impressed we've actually managed to do this at all. I'm sure there are going to be problems in future. But, like, just the fact that we've actually reached this point, I'm pretty impressed by. Because it's one thing doing all of these builds on sandbox mode, where I can just do them immediately and I know what I'm doing. And it's another thing to literally convert an entire asteroid to what you want. Why are the wires breaking? We shouldn't have wires breaking. That's why we set up all the transformers. Oh, whatever. Right, building's melted. That is fine. But what I'll need to do is I'll need to tile these. So let's build these tiles out of igneous rock. No. No. Build them out of granite. There's a little too much uranium. That one has worked perfectly. Because the uranium condensed in here. So that's good. We need to tile this one to remove the naphtha. You're still heating up. That is concerning. Right, so now I can remove this. And it will form a vacuum. And the uranium definitely won't melt. It definitely won't boil. It definitely won't freeze from the steam room. And if it does freeze, the naphtha tile is still providing some blockage. So that feels pretty good. I still dislike that we've dumped all those boosters down there. Let's say the V. Yeah, this magma's still hot. This is like the last bit of hot magma down here. Actually, there's a lot down here because of all the obsidian. That's going to be it. Rotating. Chip, you probably shouldn't be in here. Oh, that's right. The dupes were wearing the suits before, so that's why we didn't need to put these in. Yeah, that's fine. He's still scolding. That's what even allowed us to build all this stuff in the first place. Bees here are still doing well. That's good. They didn't kill all the bees. Hooray. Abe, you're probably getting a little toasty down there, just hanging out in a big pool of salt. Yeah, dig that. Getting pretty close. I think we're gonna get there. So we're gonna stick around for a little bit longer just to see this through. Like, we're at the last bit. We've got some molten aluminum down here. Great. Yeah, we have dumped a couple of things in the magma that we shouldn't have. That is true. But I don't care. Right, that will help. And then this is all stuff we can do now as well. Now, yeah, there are little bits of neutronium down here. We can't build anything super complicated where neutronium is. That's okay. There you go. And then we can build this. And then this can all get hooked up too. We're getting very close. It's overheating. The door. That is fine. We don't care about that. Disable auto pair, suppress current. And then make it so you can only leave. How's the refined phosphorus? Did we actually send that back? We did. They haven't loaded any. Have we actually got any over here? Not really. Well, in that case, we probably haven't been geotuning the volcanoes. Not actively, anyways. But this one. Oh, that one's dormant too now? Great. How about the plug slugs? What are they up to these days? They are still here. Just kind of run out of power. I think I just want to disconnect this. I want all the power to go to the phosphorus thing. Lime, I'll take lime. It's all good. Gas pump is broken, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but like, we can't actually do anything about it. Oh. The naphtha... I think I actually need to tile this. Hey, Grey Area. How are you? Hope you're doing well. What have you been up to today? We have almost dug out all of the magma, and it's been a little bit fraught. The steam temperature is steadily climbing, as we did expect. It's kind of past safe steel temperatures now. So we're kind of just trying to jerry-rig some uranium into our liquid locks just to make sure they don't blow up. But this is not going very well. Maybe if I do this again, it will help. You're playing the altars, really loving it? Nice. It's always nice when you find a new game that you like. But yeah, our natural gas pump broke because this is actually made of steel. We've set up a liquid uranium lock over here. So there's a little bit of steam in here, but it's probably fine. That's going to condense into a load of water over here, and then that's going to let us get in here and actually fix this pump. But we don't actually want to fix it yet. Because what we actually want to do is we want to insulate everything in here. And I'm umming and ahhing about how to do that. You see there's a load of steam in here. I'm thinking the steam is going to get deleted in here. This is not going to cause any technical issues at the moment. I need to let it out. How am I going to let the steam out? Maybe this wasn't the right call. Maybe I needed to tile that. I think I probably did need to tile that. Because this bit is insulated. This is not. Am I really gonna have to reload that? Because this is gonna get too hot to pump out as well. I think that probably was actually supposed to be a reload. Who's scolding now? Oh fuck. We are reloading. The bionic dupes got trapped. Yeah, okay, great. Great. Well, I never said I wasn't going to reload. Let them die first? Yeah, alright. I just don't want to come back to this. Look, they're actually condensing the magma around them just from their own body temperature. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen at some point. He's out cold, or should I say out hot? Yeah. Slain. Wow. Interesting. Right on time to parallel time.
Hello there.
Yes, exactly. Hope you're doing well, Redneck. Yeah, for the most part, this has gone well, but we released some steam somewhere we really shouldn't have. So we just wasted 10 minutes. That's not ideal. I'm kind of curious as to how that even happened, but yeah, we can't let the steam into that vent as well. Like, that's just not going to be solvable without it being insulated. I've got a rubber band. I don't know why I'm playing with a rubber band. It's just here. But yeah, this is not an Iron Man challenge. It was never supposed to be an Iron Man challenge. The real cost is just my actual life. I've lost 10 minutes of my life. What am I going to do? I don't know. Apparently it take ages to load this save. Say la vie. Fish are all getting ready for bed.
Seek fluid intake.
Why are my alerts not showing up properly? Boo. Well, they're kind of showing up properly. Have some banter. True. Also, we need to give everyone skill points. I don't give a crap about that. We'll do that another time. Right, so what were we gonna do? We're leaving this. I believe it was this bit. Which, you know what? I could probably tell that just by looking at it, if I was being really honest. We can queue up the rest of this again. Yeah, just give them less errands. We don't need to give them this many errands. Would it be worth building around it with blocks to block out the steam and then go and isolate the box? Yes, probably. It probably would be worth doing that. I could move this aquatutor pretty easily. The whole point we set this up was to try and stop this from overheating, and it wasn't enough. And by it, I mean the steam turbines. I need to tile this again. There's a bit too much uranium in here. I might actually tile both of these. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, let's not rush it at the last minute. In any case, we can solve that another time, because we're only using it for cooking. We have enough power now, we don't actually need the gas spent. Also, it's not geotuned. We set the geotuners to be automated based on our power needs. So that's fine. Let's actually turn this off as well. So now what I need to do is I actually need to tile this. That's very important that we do that. This is annoying. I think what I'll do is I'll actually dig out every other tile. And then that can start condensing. I mean, this isn't ideal, but like, it's technically working. You could dig all of this too. This feels doable. Oh, that's all melted. That's all condensed around that. That's funny. Load of flooded turbines. Right, tiles. Tile this. I think if I tile this one as well, then we should be in a good spot with that liquid lock. I believe this one is in a good spot. Yeah, good. Another tile here. Okay, yeah, let's just keep going. Let's just relax. The molten aluminium is slightly concerning. But I don't think it's going to cause a huge amount of issues. Do I want to speed to it now? I kind of want to speed to it now. Let's do this first. Which naphtha is that? That's too much naphtha. That's going to definitely slip out. It's fine. Put this here. Did I print anything that I shouldn't have printed? I don't know. Plug slug eggs? We don't need those. I love the camera return thing. I'm glad I'm actually using it now. There's just too much naphtha. That's the issue. It's kind of just leaking the uranium out. Just running the turbines flat out to chill the magma or try to save power. I was trying to actually keep this from overheating, but it didn't work. We are generating power with it. We're not actually wasting that much power. We're wasting a little bit of power. But, like, not as much as you'd think. So at the moment, we are kind of just running them for power. I probably could turn them off. I could probably block them back up a little bit again. I could actually... No, I can't remove that for now. I believe oxygen's in a bit of an awkward space. Yeah, I don't think we necessarily need to be running them at the moment. But power is there? Why haven't I built your Hydra before? It's beautiful. I know, right? That is there's a reason I made it in the first video. Yeah, you can just literally extend it as far as you want. You don't have to prime it. That is a problem I solved years ago, and I've never looked back. Like, I have never had any reason to do anything else. Like, it's gone to the point where I just call it the mandatory spam episode, because we spend like an hour or two building it, and it's the same every time. The main issue is where I want to put it on the asteroid. That's usually the only thing I'm actually thinking about at that point. Right, you're going to condense fairly soon. I'm not worried about you. But yeah, it never really blew up on the algorithm. I think, to be fair, a lot of existing videos about oxygen are there as well. Right, dig this. Release the vacuum. Making sure that we don't have these little vacuum pockets where some of the magma has dropped down as debris, I think is pretty important. Yeah, this is going pretty well. So this can all go. We got a load of debris just chilling now. Only issue I see is that the small minutes you want to go over 3-4 electrolyzers starts to make a huge amount of space dedicated for that. Yes. There are more space efficient hydras. I will certainly say that. But the reason I like to do it modular like that is so you can turn, if one of them gets like a wrong pipe segment or something, like if the wrong liquid goes in it because you've set up your pumps on the other end wrong, like I frequently do because I'm silly. It doesn't break all of your electrolyzers, it only breaks one of them, and then the others are still set up. But we've literally just... I think what we've basically done is, when we've used it on smaller moonlets, we only have a small population per asteroid. Not because of the oxygen constraints, and the size of that, but we just end up doing that anyways. But it is kind of annoying if you don't have like a good spot to actually put it in. Wow. I'm really glad this is almost looking done. Who would say the wrong liquids for electrolyzers? Yes, who indeed? What fool. Look, the salt has formed a liquid lock here. Great, good job. I like my magma extra drippy. Yeah, we're getting there. Top bottom is pretty much done. It looks so weird. Like, you got little colorful blobs, you got the rock that's melting, you got the salt on top. Some kind of abomination, that's for sure. We could probably just dig all of this as well at this point. It's all condensing pretty quickly. All of this magma is cooling down now. It's not going to take us very long to get to where we want to go. I think I will need to actually release this. So you can just do that. And then probably just come down here. Give it a try. And then this is the actual floor level. It's hilarious. Well, I probably don't need to actually ladder that bit, so... Yeah, you can actually just dig all of this out now. That's fine. And then... you can dig all of this out. I feel like it's speeding up the closer we get to the bottom. Okay, and we want the fire pole to keep coming down here as well. 599. We want to do this before the end of cycle 600. I think we are actually going to get there. Yeah, it's not too much left. Goals to reach bottom within 600 days. Let's say you're spot on. Yeah. No plastic ladders. There's a long commute there. Mate, are you serious? Sure. Yeah, we'll put in some plastic ladders. Let me just find some plastium. Put some grub fruit. Wait, we broke a wire? Where? It's weird. Why is this overloading? Oh, whatever. Do that. But yeah, on a serious note, so eventually when we're accessing all of the ranches and industry, it's going to be down this shaft. And we have some beds in here at the moment, but we can remove everything that's in this column and put a transit tube in. And we can transit tube to a lot of places. I will prioritize that. Right, we can actually get in here and remove this stuff. Because we removed the steam from here, which means we can come in here and replace this pump. But we do still need to cool it down first. I think you're right. I think we just need to actually... Yeah, I think we just need to actually remove this. I'll let the pipe keep recirculating for now. But I think I just need to put the insulation in. The problem is, I don't want to remove this. Did I really not make this an insulated pipe? That's hilarious. So I think what I'm going to have to do... I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and do this, I think. Probably not going to get it all done at once. I may actually just leave this set here. Is the tube that much faster than pull downwards? At least with non-lube tubes. The mesh proper race to see the difference. I don't think it's that much of a difference. But we're going to have enough power. It's not going to be a problem anyways, right? Yeah, look, it's the bottom. The bottom of the map. I think we can dig this up. This magma is so close to just freezing now. It practically freezes as soon as we touch it. It's kind of hilarious. And I even feel like the game is speeding up. I don't know. Maybe it's just a placebo effect at this point. Right, you can dig that up too. The other thing is, if we make all the ladders, then we can actually see what's going on with the neutronium. Because there isn't a lot of it. There's a bit here. There's a bit here. There's a bit here. Always nice catching progress on a monster project. Gotta feed my IRL dupes. Catch you around if you're still around. I don't think we're gonna be around for that much longer. We will probably be around for another 15-20 minutes. I'm literally just on a race to get down here now. But this should freeze as soon as it's exposed because it's cold enough now. So I don't think we're gonna have any issues with that. This is going to take a little bit longer. Still need to build the fire pole as well. You could dig this. Here you go. Another day then. Have a nice weekend. Thank you. You too. It'll take a little bit longer to wander over that way. But yeah, look how many people got down here now. Working pretty well, I think. Gizmo, you need to move. Oh. No, it's not Gizmo, it's Chip. I thought we put a door here. I feel like I did put a door here. Oh, that's right. I reloaded. I have a liquid salt. It's very salty. No, but we will do a video about molten salt reactors, and I might do that this weekend. We want to do the packing video, but I also want to do the molten salt video, just because the molten salt one's a little bit of a random thing that I just want to talk about, like the ethanol. It's pretty cool. Yeah, here's the salt. Gizmo wasn't actually scalding, though. It wasn't actually hot enough to scald him. It's not like the magma. Right. Dig that. Then, what else do we want to do? We can get over here. We can do this. We get pretty far over here now, actually. That's good. Getting further into this bit. I feel like they're getting pretty focused now. And as debris on the floor, I'm hoping it's going to be a lot less conductive. Because I really don't want the steam getting any hotter. It's already quite hot. Miesmort, this is not an ideal position. Go here. I don't want you freezing in here. Okay. We've definitely made a slight error. Well, we have the triage cots. Maybe we just let them get on with it if they feel so inclined. I think you will naturally climb back up out of here. Oh, you peed yourself. No, it's actually gold. Very good. Right. You can start doing this. Definitely feels like we're just creeping over from this side now. One cycle to do all of this, it seems like a lot. Then again, there isn't that much more for them to do now, is there? There is a lot of rock down here. We have 1.6 kilotons of obsidian now. That's a lot of obsidian. You like to see it. This bit is pretty much frozen now. We can go in here and do this. I think the game is getting faster. Yeah, build the fire pole, that's fine. We just got 3 fire poles down here, one in the middle and one at each side. Right, I think you can actually come over here and dig this too. Okay, look. You can come here and dig this. That's fine. Yeah, and I think this is cold enough that we can just get in here. Do this. See how that goes. More conductive wires are breaking. Wow, that's a lot of conductive wires breaking. Interesting. I don't think you guys are going to be too busy. I think you can fix that pretty quickly. Then I guess this one is going to be made out of gold. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. So we've got one cycle left, and it's just this little bit. That feels doable. Yeah, we can dig this now as well. The good news is once we get to the bottom as well, we don't actually need that many ladders. Obviously, we didn't keep this completely clean. That's fine. Oh, it's just been so nice vibing with this after a really busy week. I've worked 50 hours this week because I went to Scotland. That's the most I've ever worked in a week. It went pretty well, all things considered, but man. I'm just looking forward to doing absolutely nothing. It's all coming together. Who's idle? Oh, Sonia, that's fine. Okay, broken door, that's fine. Go there. Maybe we're not going to get quite there. It depends on how much ulti actually manages to process through his little brain. Someone is trapped. There's Sonia. Yeah, that's why this was going to happen. Get the rest of it done. Sand, amazing. Thank you, game. Yeah, this is pretty good. Good job, guys. You know what? Maybe this could just be the thumbnail. Everyone just digging around in a neutronium, being focused and productive. Yeah. We don't really have a thumbnail like that, do we? Then again, if we do actually manage to clear everything, I just want the shot of, like, none of the magma there. You could put the fire pole in as well. It's fine. Right. Let's see. Dig this out. You can dig that, you can dig this. Dig all of that. The neutronium will help you here. And the meeting up in the middle here would be pretty helpful. I'll think about the thumbnail tomorrow. It's a lean, mean digging machine. And I don't mean an auto miner, robo miner, because those are not generally very good at this sort of thing. Especially because the steam is getting over 500 degrees. It's up to 315 degrees here. Yeah. He's producing a lot of heat now. We're actually deleting a lot of this heat. We're not getting any extra power out of it. I'm gonna block these back up then. There's no point just wasting the heat. This is just... Okay, that is just gonna do its own little thing for now. Okay. We can do those tiles. That's fine. Yeah, do this for now. Do. I'm not convinced. I think we're pretty close, but we're not quite gonna be there. This salt forming in an insulated layer is quite annoying. I mean, the more debris we get, the better. What I really want. I think we could ladder over this now. This is the annoying bit. Look, it's the last holdout. Oh, these poor sods. How much igneous rock do you have now? Alright, guys. Do you want to take any guesses? How many kilotons of igneous rock do you think we have? We have 5,556 tons of igneous rock. That's the graph. Not bad. We have almost that much granite because there's an Oceania map. Feels good. Right, you can start digging all of this too. I really feel like they don't know what to do. Let's try and... his little brain. The funny thing is, when they're like this, if you pause it... wow. Even if you pause it, they don't figure out what to do. I wonder how many errands they have. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Hold on. Look. They're trapped. Get out of here. That's hilarious. Right, you can dig that, that's fine. This is going to be the last bit purely because of the salt, the sand that keeps forming here from us dumping the water down here. It's pretty funny. Right, I think we're actually at the point where we're pretty close to just building this across this whole bit. Let's actually leave it like that for now. And then just come and dig this bit. Cycle 600 easy clap. Yeah! It's still here! Yes, Cycle 600. We're not quite there. We haven't completely demolished everything. It's probably going to be in the next couple of cycles, but to be honest, the dupes have been pretty confused. They didn't think they'd get this far. This is how you win the game. What? You just get all the way down to the bottom. Well, I mean, let's have a look. There are several ways to win the game, as you know. The three we've got: Cosmic Archaeology, go to space and study artifacts. Home Sweet Home. We have the dupes, they have the morale, it's at the right time. We need to build a great monument. And the Barnic dupes probably need a little bit more morale as well. We could build a monument, but we've done that before. We don't need to do that. But you can get down here as well, and then we can start digging that out at this point. You can dig this. Yeah, this is what I want to see. I want to see the debris forming. Because every bit of debris that forms means less digging for us, and it means more material for later. But usually you don't end up getting it. We do this in one more cycle. Just one more cycle. I should be staying on this late. But frankly, I don't want to see this not get finished at this point. We're so close. We got the dream team. The OG. You're finally getting these top tiles as well. That's good to see. Too many dupes down here on night shift. I wonder if we can speed to it now. Let's try it. I mean, it's kind of working at the moment. It's probably going to get a bit crunchy with more dupes, but when more dupes are down here, but it's potentially workable. The day rolleth over. First time I got Home Sweet Home, I stopped playing for months because I really did think I'd finished the game. It's so funny how that achievement is like... I don't know. What would a really satisfying endgame achievement be in this game? Probably setting up a sour gas boiler. That's the most complicated thing I can think of. Yeah, let's keep it on the dupes, but we'll keep it speed 2 for now. But this is all very promising. We can come down and dig all of this now. And so long as they're not idling for ages, which they are... Yeah, I think it's the dupes kind of stepping on each other's toes at this point. Maybe we shouldn't have printed so many dupes. I always get to this point and think that, but maybe it really is true. I don't know, but sometimes it does just speed things up a lot. Oh wow, look at this. This is funky. Welcome to the pit. Home of the pit. Right, that can come down here as well. It's already down there, so now I think we can actually do our little shaft. Then we can go ahead and do this. And then I think we can actually just dig all of this now. When it gets to a small enough amount of magma, it doesn't really matter. Like that actually worked. That's good. So what that means is I can remove these tiles. And then if I put a tile here, I could do this one. I think we can do all of this. I may just leave these tiles here. This was not supposed to happen. I mean, this is manageable, but this is not supposed to happen. Guess we just had some sulfur debris in here or something. The gunk is gone. Well, we're gonna have to fix that. That's fine. We knew we were gonna have to fix that. Oh wow. Sonia, you'll be fine, actually. Oh, it's the steam that's hot. It's not the magma. That's not good. Yeah, yeah, you needed to get rid of all the other material first. The gunk boiled, it could have boiled. It's very possible. I think we just need you to dig this. But if you're just sitting here scalding instead of actually digging, it's not what we want to see. Or what's printable. I did actually get rid of all the hatches. They all died, so we'll print a hatch. Just in case. Yeah, this is all mixing properly now. This is fine. Building melted. That's not good. Not good. I don't know, make it like iron ore, I guess. Oh, it is iron ore. Balls. I think we just send the Bionic Dupe the Mechatronics booster back. Who is that? Oh, I don't want to be around here this late. Who is it? It's Steeler. Let's send Steeler back. Just leave them in a suit. There you go. It's taking a little bit longer than I'd like. Right, give me a sec. I'll be back in a second. Alright. I have permission. I have permission to stay up and finish this. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Did I just turn the music off? There we go. Yeah. I'm not leaving any more of this magma left. Like, it's too far gone at this point. We gotta stop all the magma thumbnails. It's too much. I hate how the game always switches you back to the other asteroid when you do that. What's going on, music? Come back. We're getting into the late hours. It's alright. At least we're not doing anything super complicated at the moment, but we're probably going to have to come back and fix a few things that are broken while we've been doing all of this and while we have all the dupe labor. Right, okay, so this could come down here as well. We can go ahead and do all of this. Looks like there's a big lump of neutronium here, but I don't think this is getting in the way. That's good. You can dig that too. This magma is very close to freezing. In fact, it probably is actually freezing, so I think we'll just dig it out. Sonia is looking a little injured. This might be alright. What temperature is the steam over here now? 340 degrees. Oh, right, hold on. I do actually need to keep doing this. Probably not helping them all get over here, is it? We're all having to come in from the other side of the asteroid. Yeah, go ahead and dig this. Big old lump of obsidian over here. This magma is still very hot. Just this little bitty bit of magma. This has been saying Steam 2 online a lot. Guess it's fine. Dang, it's a nice looking 90-degree angle. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Snazzy. We should put like a room down here. Like a private quarters. Or something. Like a little Easter egg. You know, to celebrate us getting to the corner of the map. Because that really doesn't happen very often, does it? This corner isn't very neat. You know, that's why we actually picked this seed. Not because of all the other features it had, but because it's got a 90-degree angle down here. Oh, look, we made sour gas. Pog. I don't know what exactly we turned into sour gas, but it's a lot of it. Just kind of vibing. Yeah, we are very close. Right, this is actually behaving now. That's good. The only time water beats lava. Yeah, we had a lot of water. And I wouldn't say we've beaten it yet because it's all above steel temperature now. Like all of it. And I don't think it's going to get so much hotter. But we do have to be careful. Now, I could definitely replace this. Definitely replace that. Let's keep doing those tiles as well. Because I think the solution is definitely us actually insulating it. 602. Didn't think it was going to take this long. Got more loot. We're unlocking all the loot because we've been playing so long today. Mush green storage bin. Nice. I like that. Our collection is growing pretty impressive, I think. Right, I'm pretty confident you can just dig all of this now. And that's not going to cause any issues. Do we just pull the plug? I think we just pull the plug on all of this. Get it out of here. I think we can do whatever we want at this point. I think it's just all going to come out. Yeah. Take this too. Yeah, you can all get in here now as well. That should speed things up a lot. Yeah, and I guess dig out all the sand as well. The sand keeps forming, which is annoying, but I won't tell them to directly dig it up. It will just fall naturally because it's sand. Okay, I think this is what we've got to do. I think the thumbnail's got to be us digging out the corner. This is so pretty. The last bit. Who's scolding? Oh no! Ah! Hold on. We can get you out of here. It's fine. It's fine. You're just a little entombed. Oh god. I don't really want to reload this. Is this the tile we're dumping all the water on? No, it's not, but it's not helping. He's literally been buried alive. Wow. Okay, we managed to get him out of that tile. I think we could probably rescue him. Yeah, okay. Yes. We didn't have to reload that one, but this is going to get a little bit annoying around the water dumping zone. That was close. That woke me up. Wait, fire pole can come down here as well. Ladder can come down here. Yeah, go get him. Mr. Lonely. We can't have Mr. Lonely die. That would be very sad. Yeah, he's fine. Good thing you told us to build the triage cots. Right, did we actually fix the iron volcano? Because that is actually very important. Yeah, build this, please. The wire is broken over here as well. That's not good. I am probably going to have to hook up more things again. I'll tell you what, stop exporting refined metal now. There you go. Keep it and build some wires. Oh, we're so close. It's the final bit. The practicality of this ladder is dubious. Right, I think we can speed to this bit. They're not going at 100% speed, but it's good enough. Rowan's pulling a funny pose. Probably gonna have to get you to periodically dig these bits up. It's the last bit of magma! The last drop. We can do it. The magma's trying its best, but it won't survive. It will if this keeps tiling up. So look how neat of a rectangle that is with the ladder. You must perish. You're the last bit of magma. Get out of here. I'm literally going crazy. We're doing the fireball now. Yeah, I think that's literally it. We got some other random rock, but other than that, it's mostly all done. Get it out of here. The rare site. If we could, you can do it. Gizmo is just trying to figure out what the heck to do. He's just posing for the thumbnail. What a drama queen. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Gizmo's gonna 1v1 the magma. Nice. Oh, we're almost there. Look, it's going all. Buddy. It's all debris out. There we go, it's all gone. We did it. Okay. We're gonna have sand forming down here for like an age. So let's just leave that. We did it! Okay. Fantastic. We did it. Look, it's all steam. It's all for us. It's slightly horrifying. It's slightly horrifying we're going to deal with all of this. But deal with it we can. We can build the iron heavy watt wire without issues. I doubt the steam is going to get above 1,000 degrees, even with all this debris in here. If we need more power, we can tap into it whenever we want. And we can now actually freely expand our heavy watt wire to the very bottom of the map, which was the original goal. So I'm pretty happy with that. Cycle 603. There we go. On the dot. Right, let me save it. Let me save it, game. Right. Let's get out of here. We've actually got my music on as well. It's all white. It's all white now. The fish are all asleep. The lights are off. Thank you very much for watching. If you're still here from Shen's raid, Carrie Actually's raid, or Grey Area's raid from earlier, thank you very much for sticking around. Your company means a lot. I'm really enjoying getting really deep into Sour Gas or Bust. And the worst part is over. Taming that magma biome took us about 70 cycles. And we will be doing more interesting things from here on out. Next stream will probably just be extending the heavy wire and building all that, but that shouldn't take too long. We have a lot of refined metal built up, so it should be pretty doable. And then it's going to be the Radbot rocket, so we should do the Radbot rocket next week. That'll be fun. If you like what you've seen, feel free to follow me on Twitch. If you're not already, you'll get a notification when I go live. We play 7:30 till 10:30 on weekday evenings usually. There's a YouTube channel where we upload all the VODs, and there is the Discord channel where we post about video games and talk about things, talk about builds. I'm going to get a YouTube video done this week. We have a YouTube member at last. If you're a Twitch subscriber or a YouTube member, your name will be in the credits of the guide videos that we do. So keep your eyes peeled. It'll either be Paku's or Molten Salt. I haven't decided yet. Who's going to go raid? Who is on? Who is around? Who is an oblong? Let's go raid Judy Pixels. Haven't said hi to them in a while. Let's see what they're up to. Nope. Back to Tiny Series on cycle 500. There you go. Some Frosty Planet Pack stuff for you guys. Enjoy it. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back shortly. Bye for now.